Yeah, I don't think we should. But we're live. We're good.
We'll probably redo it though. We'll probably
Yeah, we might. But hey, love y'all, chat. Glad for appreciate it. Follow the podcast. Let's get into it. Question for everybody here. So are we gonna try to act like The Rock was good during his build to Mania 40? Because he wasn't good. He wasn't good last night. So and he was doing the same thing when he was building to Mania 40. So are we gonna stop acting like that was good? Are we gonna stop acting like that Rock concert and him mumbling over saying the same thing 15,000 times was good? Because it wasn't. It was. I tried to tell y'all back then, bro. I'm not feeling this Rock build because all he's doing is wasting 25 minutes saying the same thing. Mama Rhodes singing Moana. I don't want to hear that shit. I didn't want to see that shit. And now look. He's doing the same thing now, wasting our time to become a Monstar. I didn't know you turned into the Monstar.
Do you know what's super revolting about seeing this bald fuck on TV is knowing that everything that happened on the build of Mania 40 and everything that happened at Mania 40 means jack fucking shit.
Stop.
So you mean to tell me this guy could...
Go ahead. Go ahead, Lewis.
First comment.
Go ahead.
I got next.
Hey, tag
I got
you
next.
in.
Shifts God, I don't want to hear it misunderstanding the segment. That is not the point. We all understand. We've been watching wrestling collectively, the five of us, for hundreds of years at this point. We understand what it was about. He wants Cody to be the corporate turncoat. He wants Cody to be what The Rock was to Vince McMahon 25 years ago. We all completely understand that. But A, it didn't have to take 25 minutes. B, you didn't have to cut a match in a 3-hour show to make it happen. And C, I understood it the first time The Rock said it. I didn't need him to say it 10 times. And I certainly didn't need him to switch from babyface to heel 10 times in the course of 20 minutes. I don't... Listen, my God. There were things about what The Rock did last year that were good. The beatdown in the parking lot being the highlight of it. The Mama Road stuff at the beginning was good, but again, he beat it to death. The match at Mania wasn't bad. But the Rock's weakness, and it's only gotten worse since last year, is that he seems to say something and then either A, forget that he said it, or B, say, oh, that got kind of a good reaction. Let me say it again. And for that segment to have taken as long as it did, and for him to have repeated, be my champion, I counted 15 times in the course of 20 minutes. And then for Cody to look as confused as everyone else did, it's just like last year when I said The Rock should know wrestling well enough to know when to leave well enough alone. To his credit, he eventually did last year, but to be in that ring and to be surrounded by people who obviously had no idea what you were trying to say. They were so lost in the sauce because you couldn't stop saying be my champion without explicitly explaining what that even means. And to just let it go on and drag on like it did, The Rock has poisoned 2 WrestleMania build-ups in a row at this point. Regardless of the negative feedback that Triple H may have been getting that caused him to flip the switch and bring The Rock in, the fact that Triple H thinks The Rock is the guy to fix it blows my mind. Understanding what the segment was about, I get it, but that promo was wholly unnecessary. Wholly unnecessary.
Feels like The Rock has he has this effect when he shows up now. Like
he's a fucking square. I've been telling y'all, he's a fucking
He has
square.
this effect when he shows up. Like
pay attention.
He's gonna give you good quality builds and stuff because he makes it interesting, but it's like he takes up so much time. He does, G. He does. He did it last year, and he's already done.
Last year was a great.
All we've been talking about is
go ahead.
All we've been talking about is what direction they go in now. Where is this leading to? Like, what are the possible outcomes? Like, he's gonna put you on the edge of your seat when it makes you question, like, what is the possibilities now of these outcomes because they're interesting. But he just takes forever to get to the point of the concept. It kind of feels like he does it on purpose now at this stage. Like, bro, like no way you can't see the internet and see how people are talking about. You take forever to get to the point, and you're repeating your words and stuff. But it just feels like, also when he shows up too, like other people have to suffer in that same stage too. Like there's no balance to it. Like he's going to help elevate because he's The Rock and he's going to bring that value because of his name. But then others people are going to have to either have their segments cut or their stories cut because he takes up so much time of television. Like SmackDown 3 hours. And like last year, okay, SmackDown 2 hours. Okay, if he comes out and he takes up 20, 25 minutes, I get it because now things have changed. It's a 3-hour show though, bro. SmackDown longer than Raw now, and matches got to get cut. Segments got to get cut because he comes out and he talks for 300 years and doesn't get straight to the point. Like I feel like he has to find a balance where just make your promos what they are. Like what he said, I understood it, but there's different delivery you could have did just to say it that way. You know what I mean? Like just say it in the fashion you need to say it in, and then just move on to what we need to move on to. Because like Jade said, I don't know what is up with The Rock lately. Because I've gone back and looked at his promos in the past. Like, is this the same guy or is this a different? Is this a clone? Like, is this a clone or is this the same? I don't know if he needs to grow his hair back or something. I don't know what it is because.
No, y'all talking about the wrong shit, bro. In my opinion, in my POV, I don't care how y'all feel about him. Cody looks so bitch fucking made. It's fucking ridiculous. There's no fucking way this dude is gonna whoop my ass on an entire build of Mania, talk shit to my mom, make me bleed, and say all the shit about her, saying to my dead father he fucking hates me, tries to rob me of my championship, and all of a sudden we're cool. We're best friends. We having drinks in his truck type shit. No! And on top of that, this fucker pinned me in the main event of WrestleMania. And you think we just gonna be cool after you did all that shit? Bro, Cody is looking like the most bitch-made motherfucker in the WWE right now. He looks like a bitch. Every time he's in there with my Via and he's not slapping the shit out of him, he looks like a bitch. Cody himself is not a bitch. He's being booked like a bitch whenever he's around him. People need to realize that. There's just no way. No, in all actuality, somebody's going to make me bleed in front of my mom, talk shit on my dead folks, and all of a sudden, we cool, we have a drink.
So
fuck out of here.
Cody
looks like a bitch.
I'm going to bring this back to the original question I asked, which is, are we sure that The Rock actually was good during that build? And the reason I say that, I said this a year ago. You would have thought, if you were new to wrestling, you would have thought that build last year was Cody v. Rock. Not Cody versus Roman. Yeah. You would have thought that build was Cody v. Rock. Roman, the only interesting thing Roman did in that build, once Cody won the title, was stop The Rock and make him acknowledge him. Yeah. That's the only thing Roman did where I was like, ooh, okay. Other than that, you know what he did? And let The Rock waste 25 minutes.
To support G's point, and Mo, I know you need to get in here, but just to support G's point, my now wife, she's my girlfriend at the time. I know my wife works nights, and she only gets to watch wrestling sometimes with me. But then she was off for the night 2 of WrestleMania last year, and based on everything she had been able to watch leading up to that point, Cody came out, and then when Roman's music hit, she got really confused. She was like, "I thought Cody was wrestling The Rock. What's Roman doing?" I was like, "No, it's been Roman this whole time." She's like, "Well, then why was Rock kicking his ass in the parking lot?" I was like, "I don't know, Shayna." But yeah, you're right. To the layman, to someone looking in from the outside, that whole thing again. I said this last year too. The Rock coming in, it just confused everything. If he wasn't going to be wrestling Roman one-on-one, he didn't have the need to be there. But anyway,
and I'm gonna let you get in more. I just want to wrap that up by saying because I look at his build last year. And I felt like I was one of the few that I was not rock with. I didn't rock with the concert. Granted, I never have. But I definitely didn't rock with this concert. Never? The beatdown was cool. I never. But that's a different story for another day. The beatdown was cool. Like, I like that. And he kept going after the show went off air. I like that. Other than that, he was just wasting time. He was saying a whole lot of nothing, wasting time for a match that, again, the undisputed Universal Champion felt like the least important. Anytime you have a build and your champion is the least important, I'm sorry, it's not a good build because it defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do. The whole idea of that build was Cody finally overcoming Roman. The way they built it, it was he has to overcome The Rock, and he didn't do it. He lost to him. So, like, gonna go ahead and let you go, Mo. I just want to. That's gonna be a reoccurring theme throughout this. Was The Rock really that good last year? Because everybody's shocked now. This is what I expected. This is literally what he showed me last year, which is why he didn't need to be there. Yeah, did we get the great main event with the Undertaker and the Shield music and Cena and the Oops? Yeah, that was cool. It was great. One of the greatest main events, if not the greatest main event, WrestleMania history. I guarantee you we still could have got that main event without him, but I digress. Go ahead, Mo.
Mo, adjust your camera.
What's wrong with my camera?
You can't. It's just like blurry.
It's a tad bit blurry.
Oh shit! It's the freaking focus on it's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fix it. Give me a sec.
No, you're good. You're good. I feel like too, to go to Lewis's point, the one thing that I always never liked about the type of baby faces Cody portrays and other people is that they always make them too forgiving for things. Like we never got an explanation why these guys are cool now. Like they just exchange, I guess, messages after WrestleMania. Like all of a sudden the beef is squashed. You know what I mean? Like if you guys remember, back when Cena was part of Nexus and stuff, and then Wade Barrett had the match with Randy Orton and everything, and Cena was like the referee, and it was like Cena's job was on the line basically. So it was like if he didn't help Barrett win the title, like he was going to be fired type stuff, right? And from a storyline perspective, you understand why Cena would not want to help Barrett win and everything, but like Cena had so much beef with Orton and it was so personal for years. It's just like, how are these guys ever going to be cool in like a wrestling term? You know what I mean? Like he kicked his dad in the skull, like right in front of him, and destroyed him like afterwards. You know what I mean? Like they had bad blood feuds, and now all of a sudden he is, you know, he's hesitating or not whether he wants to, you know, cost Randy Orton the world title. Like that's something that I feel like you should never forget. Like I will never make sure you're the champion if I'm like I don't care what type of baby face I am. Like those type of baby faces are just too forgiving. You know what I mean? And that's how they're going to justify it for WWE logic. Like Cody's the ultimate good guy. He's trying to do the right thing type stuff. That's how they're going to probably portray it on TV because they never explained why they were cool or anything. Like there was no explanation. Like there was nothing.
Doug, it's making him look so fucking weak. He looks like a bitch, bro. It really, he does.
We as wrestling fans,
and on top of that, it also doesn't. On top of that, it also doesn't help that literally my Via in a span of what 3.5, 4 months, literally shut down any angle possible. No match with Cody. You put the Ulafala on Roman. Like Solo is already out as tribal chief. Like
the only way I feel like Cody can bounce
there?
back is at the Chamber. He has to really like not only decline the offer, but he has to go into those reasons that Lewis explained last year. Like I'm not forgetting like all that stuff. Like we squashed a lot of beef and stuff, but I know what you're about. And like he has to really dig deep.
Like he has to be a I forgive you, but I don't forget type shit. Is that
yeah? Like I'm about to sell my soul to you. Like and look and like he has to really like dig into that aspect because most of us are expecting he's not going to accept that. You know what I mean, so and with that are going to come some consequences. You know, a part of that stuff and everything. So it really those type of babyface gimmicks really can be hit or miss at times. You know what I mean? Like there are certain things in wrestling I feel like from a storyline angle that should never be forgotten. It's for any aspect. You know what I mean? So it's like I get the history of people wrestling. You always revolve, you make up, you befriend stuff. But it's like when you get to a certain angle where things become personal to a certain level, there's levels to it. When it gets to a certain level of up here, I feel like there's how do you back because the fans aren't going to forget. So how do you backtrack that?
We as hardcore wrestling fans are uniquely skilled at forgiving bad segments and bad matches, even as long as the story makes sense. Mm-hmm. To Lewis's point, to G's point, to Malik's point, this story makes no fucking sense from a lot of different angles, especially when you got The Rock going on special post SmackDown press conferences, which they never do, by the way, and didn't have to do this time either. Going on these press conferences and saying, oh, not every story needs to end in a match. Well, The Rock, it's wrestling. Yes, it does. It does. It's wrestling. Every story needs to end in a fucking match. What are we talking about? It just, and again, repetitive, I know, but I said this last year, The Rock seems to be losing his grip on reality in what is best for the business because he keeps making these bad decisions The macro decisions of allowing himself to be inserted into this story last year, the micro decisions of going on a random press conference and saying, all of y'all need to be patient. Not every story needs to end in a match. This is wrestling, Rock, and I don't think he remembers that. I think he's so caught up in Fast and the Furious and Scorsese and fucking You're Welcome and all that shit that he now sees the WWE as a movie. And Rock, I gotta tell you, there's a big difference between your shitty movies and the WWE. And yes, these stories have to culminate in matches. The stories have to make sense because guess what? When a movie ends, you can just walk away from it. That story is over. WWE, but the story that you leave, especially in a WrestleMania main event caliber story like this is supposed to be, is going to impact what WWE does for the next year going into next WrestleMania, because you can't just forget that shit happened. And it just feels like The Rock thinks he exists in this bubble where everything he does is gold and doesn't seem to be aware of the consequences of the things that he does on everyone else around him. And it's super frustrating.
I feel like it all depends. It depends what you're trying to portray, because when Kofi, for example, when Kofi Mania happened, that story was mainly built around because Vince really didn't see Kofi on that level. And Kofi beating Bryan, it was kind of like a big fuck you to Vince, kind of like, you know, like he didn't have to face Vince to culminate that story. The issue I have here is how can we build Cody up to get his get back on Maivia when Maivia don't want to wrestle this motherfucker?
Yeah, like
You just pinned him in the main event, and with Kofi's story to become a WWE champion, he didn't wrestle Vince, but Vince did whatever he can on like the politics side of things to make sure Kofi didn't get that moment, and then Kofi winning was like, fuck you, Vince, I did it. So it all depends how you're portraying it, but the way how this is portrayed, you literally just pinned me last year's WrestleMania in the main event of night one. How am I going to get my get back if you're not going to wrestle me? I have to wrestle somebody else to get my get back. It's not the same.
And Prada Fiends. Oh wait, Mo, go ahead. You're good now. Go ahead, Mo.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna say that's why I from the jump, what happened on Netflix, I didn't like it. I don't care if he was being, corporate Rock. I don't give a fuck. You're on TV. You're on Raw. You're not on a press conference. Stop. Why are you shaking hands with Cody? Why are you kissing his ass? Because it has to. The inevitability of that match, like, I don't like now that he's trying to say, "Oh, we don't need to have a match now." What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That was a fucking blood feud. What are you talking about? That's why
literally, like, not even metaphorically, literal blood feud. Literal blood feud. And Prada Fiend said something. I'm glad you brought this up, Mo, because that's literally what I was going to lead it to. Prada Fiend said something earlier, talk about The Rock is bringing more interest. It was mid before this, so like, you guys are interested. Why are you complaining? First off, because the Royal Rumble winner chose the other champion, literally, like, at least in the most recent memory, well, because before Roman had 2 titles, literally the other champion doesn't start their build until they know who their challenger is. And that's usually always determined in the Elimination Chamber. Before that, though, he was in a blood feud with Kevin Owens that I thought was probably the best defense of his championship reign, or story of his championship reign since it started, right? That's my opinion. Second, going back to Netflix, right? And I made a TikTok video crashing out basically because I feel like this nigga Rock keeps changing his mind, right? He keeps changing his mind. Here's why. This literally all could have been so perfect, right? Triple H, maybe I should have made this video 2 months ago like I did the year prior, because then you actually listened to me, right? So maybe that's on me, Triple H. I'm sorry. I didn't give you the master plan this year because I thought you had it now. All you had to do, right? They were setting up Solo versus Roman, right? Roman gets his Ula Fala back. Mo, I'll even take what you said and do the opposite. I will keep the segment he had in there. Oh, kissing hands. Oh, Cody. Oh, Raw Netflix. Great to be here. All you had to do, the second that nigga won the Ula Fala, that should have been the start of the feud.
Rock bottom.
That should have been the start of the feud. He didn't even have to tackle. It literally should have just been. That's what I knew it was off when he didn't main event. That's when I knew it was off. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, Roman's not main eventing. Ooh, we might not get Rock then after all. We got everything else. We got the Kevin Owens showing up in the blood. We didn't get Rock. And I was like, okay, that's a little weird, right? But I was like, it's got to be Rock Roman though, right? Fine. Because here's my thing. All you had to do was have that nigga music hit, show up and be like, yeah, you got the Ula follow back, but you lost the title for our family. So you know what? It's my turn to take it and bring it back to the family. Because that's been the whole Bloodline's motivation all year. If we keep continuity, their whole thing this year is bringing that title back to the... Even Jacob fought too on TV. Talk about we got to bring that title back to the family. That's been their whole thing. The Rock could easily came in and be like, you know what? I'm going to do it because I actually beat him at Mania. Perfect setup. That's all you need. That's literally all you need. And Roman could have been like, I mean, cool, but you already acknowledged me as your tribal chief. Boom. There you go. It's right there. When he didn't show up, Raw Netflix should have been scrapped. That was the whole point of the Royal Rumble angle. That was literally the whole point. Okay, fine. We're not going to get Rock Roman. How else do we get all these niggas in the main event? Triple threat. And it all made sense. It was literally a triple threat that made sense because you didn't want to put Drew in it when that story made sense too. Fine, cool. Roman replaces. Roman, Seth Punk. Even though I would have preferred it to be a singles match because there's other matches you could have done. Rock didn't show up, so that forces you to change plans. Then he woke up one Thursday morning and said, hey, Hunter, you know what? I do want to be here for Mania. Go ahead, change that SmackDown plan so I can waste 25 minutes. Why? And honestly, if I keep it a buck, and I know I've talked about like fake woke internet people a lot, but like real talk, I'm not even mad that Naomi and Liv got cut. That was their bathroom break match. They don't care. They act like they do. They only care when it gets cut, but when it's on TV, niggas aren't reacting and niggas are going. I was literally there on SmackDown for that 6-woman tag that they had. Rhea Ripley on the show, Bianca there, all the niggas went to that restroom in the Moody Center the second that bell rang. So like niggas act like they care, they don't, right? So I'm not even mad about that. We still got the tag match, which I'm not gonna lie, that should have been the tag match regardless, but nevertheless, still got the tag match. That was cool. The Rock is just changing storylines. Screw cutting matches and promos. He's just changing storylines that already had to change the first time. And now we got to add an extra layer of, well, now we got to make a second detour for the sake of, you never know what's going to happen. Bro, we already don't know what's going to happen. I feel like this Mania was already unpredictable before The Rock showed up. Because genuinely, we can talk, and I'm sure we'll get onto it later, I don't know who's winning this Elimination Chamber. I genuinely don't know. That, for the first time in a long time, is already unpredictable. Last year, we knew Drew was winning. Last year, we knew Becky was winning. I don't know who's winning this year. Last year it was pretty obvious. Yeah, we're going to get Drew and Becky because we want Rhea Becky.
I would have said
we want Drew and Seth.
Before Rock showed up.
I'm still thinking Cena, but I don't know.
I think it's Cena. Yeah.
I don't know. It's so.
And I feel like too,
I look
Rock,
at it like this, man. Go ahead with that. Go ahead.
The Rock. What people have to understand too in the comments and everything, it's The Rock's timing with everything. He's picking the worst timing to show up and be a part of this. It's like 1 minute he's a part of it and then he disappears and then we forget about him and we move on to other things because we're just assuming he's not a part of it anymore. He's not around and he's not hinting about anything of him being a part of the storylines. And then he just pops back up and he's a part of the story again. And then things have to shift and change when we were already invested and interested in the concept of the story directions that it was going. Like, Rock and Roman could have happened at WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood. The Rock even said himself that the match was going to happen. It was planned. And then for whatever reason, it didn't happen, right? But he didn't show up on TV. So we didn't know that was a possibility, right? Then WrestleMania 40 comes around. He shows up, but Cody wins the Rumble. And we're like, okay, well, Cody, it only makes sense for him to go after Roman because that's how he finishes his freaking story. So The Rock picking a bad time to come make this match with Roman happen. But to their credit, they pivoted in a very good way, and they made it work out. Okay, cool. You did the right thing. Then this year, Raw on Netflix, we're thinking, okay, storyline-wise, Rock going to come back, and we're going to continue the story that we told last year. Because the Raw after WrestleMania, he hinted something with Cody. He even handed Cody something and told him, never break my heart again. We still don't know what that is, right? That's just out of the blue now. That's just off the table. So
it's gone. It's just gone.
That's gone. But Bad Blood comes, Rock shows up. He's staring down Cody and Roman in the ring. We're like, okay, it's heating up. You know, WrestleMania season's coming around. When we get to 2025, we'll start to pick it up. Raw on Netflix, first guy out there after Triple H. We're like, yep, all right, about to come out and drag Cody through the mud and tease some stuff and everything. You got none of that. Now all of a sudden, him and Cody are cool. Where does that come from? How are you guys all of a sudden cool? Him and Roman never really had that tension and type of beef. So him putting the Ulafala around his neck wasn't a terrible thing because their beef and animosity never really got there because the Cody situation was there in front of it. But him and Cody, how are they just friends all of a sudden? What is the explanation
It makes no
of
sense.
them being cool?
Because
But-
The Rock doesn't care about kayfabe.
Yeah,
This is
Go
my
ahead, Mo.
problem with this is my problem with this, right? And it's not so. There's certain folks in the chat that don't understand. It's not that we're not interested because we are interested. For me, the Mania season hasn't been hitting, but now I'm like starting to care a little bit more. So I'll give him that. But at the same time, I feel like the problem with what's going on now is that we did a lot of stuff last year that means nothing. A lot of stuff just feels like a waste of time. Like Malik mentioned, the bad blood thing. Why'd you show up? What was the point?
Yeah, and if
You
he's not
didn't-
going to
you didn't build
wrestle,
nothing.
if he's
It's
not going to
just-
wrestle Cody, which we all assumed was the end game. I mean, the match with Roman, I feel like is inevitable, so that's bound to happen. But they
Right.
teased something there with him and Cody, and all the bad blood that happened last year. If the plan is for you to not get in the ring to continue that story, because this is all about storyline purposes. This isn't about what we want or we don't want. We all watch the product, so we care about the story. And even if
Making
we
sense.
necessarily don't care about the story that we're watching, we still want it to make sense. How does it all make sense now? Rock and Cody are cool now. You don't want to wrestle Cody, so you're not going to be wrestling him and everything. Like
Right.
that is the main issue with this. His feud with Roman hasn't really took off yet, so there's no bad blood there for them to really clash yet. But everything you told last year was going to revolve around this WrestleMania, which we all assumed. That's why we waited a whole year for it. We knew we had to wait a year for it too, and we were like, okay, we're patient. We'll just get back to it next year around this time frame. Now it feels like it's all really just scrap. It feels like they're just writing things as they go, and they feel like you know what? The WWE has such a loyal fan base that they know that they'll always have the captivated audience to pretty much just scrap things and just do whatever they want, and people will either justify it or people are just gonna watch no matter what. I feel like that's how they feel
Well,
I
because
think it's just Triple H. I mean, not Triple H. I think it's just The Rock.
I was
think it's
I was
just
going to
Rock.
say some people in chat, and then most everyone on wrestling Twitter has this energy of, oh, you're going to watch anyway. Do you guys ever binge watch a show that was 7 or 8 seasons long, and you knew going into it the last season was going to be garbage, but you're like, well, I have to find out what happens.
to go to that point. I love The Walking Dead. I've seen every episode of The
Me
Walking
too.
Dead.
Yeah,
I'm a loyal fan, but I can even admit there was a time period when the show should have ended at one point. Like
Yeah.
I continued to watch, but it wasn't as good as the first couple of seasons. That's why a lot of
Yeah.
people fell out with it and stopped watching. So as a loyal fan, of course I'm gonna continue to watch. I've already invested my time into it.
Yeah.
I've already invested into the characters, to the story. I've already dove so deep into this show that of course I'm gonna continue to watch. It's the same with wrestling. We're not going to be so mad about something, at least not me, where I'm going to stop watching just because one thing
Shit,
happened.
we've
that I
all
don't-
seen worse too.
Yeah,
We're long-term fans. We've all seen worse.
And I'm gonna get into that too.
Bro, we all listen. If everybody, not just everybody here, but anybody in the chat, if you were watching WWE around 2018, 2019, and you survived that, I'm gonna continue to watch. I made it through that time.
Exactly.
I made it through that time. I'm gonna continue to watch. I'm not gonna detach
Exactly.
myself from wrestling just because something happens that I don't like. But we can acknowledge when things that we feel, or that's what we're allowed to do as fans. We're allowed to voice our opinions and frustrations and things. So we want it to be good. We don't want it to shit. We don't want it to shit the bed.
Yeah.
When I watch it, I want it to be good. I want to be entertained. Now I don't expect it to be perfect. Wrestling isn't gonna be perfect. That's one thing we have to
it's
get
never
into.
gonna happen.
Wrestling isn't going to be perfect. Everybody likes different things when it comes to wrestling. We all like different superstars, different characters, different match types, different things. We all have different takes and different opinions that we would rather see. That is cool. So wrestling is not going to be perfect by any means because everybody's going to like different things. WWE has to appeal to different audiences. But as fans, we just want the product to be as good as it can be. And when we watch something and we realize it doesn't make sense, I'm not going to come up here and praise it and try to justify it like there's ways around it. If it doesn't make sense, then it doesn't make sense. the Fiend and Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell match, I will never say anything good about that match because nothing about it makes sense. It's stupid. It was pointless. What about that match makes sense that you can justify? There's nothing about it. Yeah. It ruined two characters.
And the logic of
Hell in itself for a minute.
And the logic of where you're gonna watch anyway. Just because, it lets me know, and I'm about to violate crazy, but it lets me know how y'all was raised. It lets me know who doesn't have common sense. because when you say something like, where you're gonna watch anyway, like if you're in a relationship, right? Most of us here are in one. If you're in a relationship and your partner keeps doing things that are disrespectful, if you imagine if somebody come up to be like, but you're gonna stay anyway, so just let her keep disrespecting you. No!
I'm gonna voice my opinion.
You're gonna be with her anyway, so you let her do whatever she wants. No, there's things that we want that we don't want you to do, even though we're not gonna leave unless you obviously do something crazy. This is wrestling. So yeah, we're gonna keep watching. Again, we saw DX versus Brothers of Destruction. We saw Goldberg versus Undertaker. This is nowhere near that level of bad. Nowhere near. But that doesn't mean we don't want the best. I'll even give another example. I'm a Saints fan.
Uh-oh.
My condolences.
And I'm a T-Law fan. And I'm a Trevor Lawrence fan.
Oh, my condolences, though.
Because they suck. Oh, well, hey. I should just, you gonna root for them regardless, so who cares what they do? No, you still want it to be good. You still want it to be better than what they've been showing. Like,
people just want positivity that's not there.
Like that
people want unnecessary positivity.
That's what makes wrestling. There's going to be things you critique and things that you like. Like there's a balance with that. There's always been things that we watched that we either really didn't like or we really liked. And we speak about things we don't like, but that's just how we feel. But then there's sometimes things that are just plainly stupid. It's not a good decision. Like that's just bad in general. Not even just us disliking it. It's just a bad decision. This is one of those decisions where it's just like you're telling a story that was told last year and you're kind of moving away from it and going a different direction. That is interesting, yes. But everything you told last year kind of now feels like it doesn't make sense. Like I said, Rock and Cody, what are they friends for now? What is the story there? Now maybe they clear it up at Elimination Chamber and they dive more into it. We don't know yet. Can't predict the future. But just going off based on what we know now and how we feel now, what is the reason that they're friends for? For what?
Hey, my dog, I made you bleed in front of your mom. I talked about your dead pops. I tried to take away your opportunity in the main event of WrestleMania, but my fault, G. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all that shit was. That shit is dumb.
I think
it's
safe to say that our honeymoon, sunshine, and roses phase with Triple H's booking is done. Like now we're starting. I will also say, because a couple of you said, we lived through 2019. Listen, I got to be honest. This past Friday, especially, with the exception of Stratton, Knight, and Fatu, the rest of SmackDown kind of felt like a 2019 Raw situation. Like there was very little on SmackDown. And then you throw in the big 25-minute confusing segment with The Rock on top of it, matches getting cut for segments that nobody needed. SmackDown this past Friday kind of felt like a 2019 Raw type of situation. So I don't know if that's the Road Dogg. I don't know if The Rock just created a domino effect that ruined everything.
Oh wait,
but ever since Raw went to Netflix, Raw hasn't gotten any better, but it certainly hasn't gotten any worse. In fact, it's gotten a little bit better because it no longer has that extra 30 minutes of padding that we had to sit through.
Smooth.
But SmackDown, and again, this is why a 3-hour show is a death knell. Ever since SmackDown went 3 hours, it started feeling like 2019 Raw, and it's a slippery slope.
And it's two things to that, Jay, because before we got to both being 3 hours or 2.5 or whatever, it literally SmackDown at one point best show, Raw unbearable. Then it flipped, Raw. Oh my gosh, 3-hour Raw. Who knew this is what we needed? This is great. 2-hour SmackDown, dog. This is horrible. What is going on? They never seem to get it right at the same time.
Exactly.
And the second thing, this is the only thing that I'm gonna wait and see. Because yes, I think this is the first SmackDown Road Dogg is taking over. And his first SmackDown that they took over, they have to change everything because The Rock changed his mind to show up. And I am going to give Road Dogg some credit because I'm not gonna lie, this is very much AJ Styles. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize this until he said it on Twitter. A lot of his ideas when he was the lead writer, they didn't use. Vince was still ripping up scripts. Like, so I'm not gonna hold that too much against him because at the end of the day, I don't care who's lead writing. Even when Paul Heyman was lead writing and we were getting Aleister Black's ascension and that great storyline with Buddy Matthews and all that stuff, Vince was still ripping up scripts. Vince would still walk in there and rip up.
Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff were brought in as his fucking fall guys, bro.
And Vince McMahon was still ripping up scripts. So like, Vince McMahon was ripping up scripts when Triple H first took over. So I'm gonna wait and see when it comes to Road Dogg because I'm not gonna hold that much against him too much, right? Like, as far as I'm concerned, if you were a lead anything or if you had some type of authority under Vince, you didn't really have that type of authority. Like you.
As long as he doesn't make Natalia world champ again, we're fine.
Anyways,
as long as he bring out the Punjabi prison again.
But yeah. I mean, you're right. But like I said, I'm gonna give him some type of Vince. But
Punjabi prison was nostalgia though.
Yeah. Oh, and then my final comment, and because I'm assuming we're gonna move on. All the people that are talking about, oh, you still gonna watch it anyway? So what are you complaining for? Are the same ones that tried to say this build to Mania was bad because Jey Uso won a Rumble. Same one.
Type to just take anything.
But you know. We pick and
choose. It's so different being in our position. We're not like regulars. This is our jobs. Obviously, we're gonna keep fucking watching. This is our job.
My thing is too like
we got no choice. It's like that's like asking Flight Reacts, like, bro, you gonna stop playing 2K? That's his fucking job. Like, he can't stop.
I don't understand though. Too people were like, they act like we're supposed to pretend that everything is good, though. Like, not everything, like I said, not everything's going to be good. Like, if it's bad, we're going to talk how bad it is. Like, it's bad, bro. Like,
and it's okay. They're not going to be perfect. Oh, shit.
Jade, I just noticed you.
Hey, and it's okay. And it's okay. In order for something to be great, you have to be bad at one point. We would have never got the Monday Night War and the Ascension of Stone Cold and all these guys if they weren't still bringing out clowns on their weekly episodic TV shows, right? That never happened. In order for you to be great, you got to be bad. And you know what? Maybe Triple H is struggling to adjust to the casual crowd and be consistent because we know I think, you know what I'm starting to think now, and obviously hindsight's 2020, but I think even at the time, I think the expectations that we had for Triple H were very much warranted because we saw how great he was in NXT. And maybe in hindsight, maybe we should have tempered those expectations a little bit. But nevertheless, maybe Triple H, this is your learning curve. This is now you having to adjust to more people on your net telling you, hey, we want to see this, we want to see that. Because in NXT, nobody bothered you. Right? So maybe that's the case. But nevertheless, it's okay if something is bad. That doesn't mean we should just sit there and be like, yeah, but I'm going to watch anyway, so I'm not going to say nothing about it. No.
And another thing that bothers me about all of this is the timing of it for two reasons. Number one, it's WrestleMania season. We shouldn't have to deal with this bullshit during WrestleMania season. We look forward to this all year, and now we have to be sitting here talking about The Rock taking up 30 minutes on a shitty episode of SmackDown to set up a match that we have no idea of. And secondly, we were about to see, it started, we're in the middle of it, really, with Penta and Ricky Starks. We are in the middle of WWE possibly having their biggest free agent influx ever because guys like Malachi Black and Rusev and Rey Fenix are coming available. But tell me, guys, if you're Rusev, if you're Rey Fenix, if you are Malachi Black, and you see what's happening with guys like Andrade and Mello, who are doing jack all. Carmelo, and I love The Miz, but the last place you want to be at this point in The Miz's career is in a tag team vortex with The Miz. And that's
Mello don't Miz. That's
Andrade. Andrade is not on television.
Melo Dome
right?
Miz.
So if you are Rusev, Ray Phoenix, or Malachi Black, and you're sitting here possibly right now negotiating a contract to show up on the Raw after WrestleMania, and you see how these guys are being used, what possible confidence, especially if you're a guy like Rusev and Malachi Black, who lived through 2019, who were here for that shit, and then they have to sit and watch this happen while they're possibly negotiating a WWE return. What possible confidence do you have in putting pen to paper? Because I'll tell you what, I wouldn't. Not at all. Not at all.
They have to, when they sign certain people, I from what I heard from an inside source, they do tell certain people that, this is what they expected him and this is where you're going to be. So it's kind of like, I don't know if they do that with everybody, but when
some of them they do.
Yeah, when certain people do sign, they do let you know your ceiling. Like, this is what we're going to use you for. Like, this is what we're bringing you in to do. Like, this is where you're going to be at. So,
and I think when we look at, like, for example, I think Phoenix will probably be fine because bluntly stated, they're going to put him with his brother and they already like.
Well, really, because that tag team division cooked too, though. So,
it is cooked, but like realistically, like if we look at the tag teams, right, like right now. All of those guys have pretty much been here, right? They haven't really signed. Oh, well, Motor City Machine Guns, and they started out great. I think they're still fine. I think it's just, I don't know what's going on in these SmackDown crowds because I was there. They love Pretty Deadly. They barely popped for Motor City Machine Guns. I don't know if maybe they got here too soon and was like, oh, they're champions now. Okay, I guess, cool, whatever. Like, they don't really have anything to sink their teeth into, but they love Pretty Deadly. So I don't think it's kind of hard to tell with Motor City. But like, other than them, right? And even then, Motor City Machine Guns, when they got here, presentation was great. Penta, I didn't think they was going to give him all this. The entrance and I didn't think they was going to give him all this. So, like, when his brother gets here, we'll see. But I do think, like, for example, like, kind of how Jay was saying, I do think there's cause because I think when people, let's just be blunt. Obviously, people got released, but I think a lot of people wanted to go to AEW because they felt at the time it was better than sitting in the back doing nothing in WWE. They actually wanted to do something. And let's just be real. If you're a former WWE guy, shit, they got what's some niggas' names? The runway people, Maximum Male Models, and they was getting hella TV time for a minute. Like just off the strength. If they were not WWE names, they would not be on TV like that. Bluntly stated, that's what happens, right? Yeah, that's what happens. It's not always the case because like Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley, that's great, awesome. But like that's not always the case. But if you have a former WWE name, you probably gonna get some action.
Speaking of tag teams, by the way, real quick, just through the spirit of the do-rag Triple H, if you fumble the Street Profits again, fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you, because the Street Profits are looking awesome now. And if you fumble the Profits again, I'm looking right down the lens of the camera, up your sloping nose, and saying, fuck you, Triple H.
And the thing, sorry. And the thing about that, though, like, how the Street Profits are booked now, that's all you had to do with Bobby.
That's all you had to do. When Bobby Lashley was there, that's all you had to do.
That's all you had to do. That's literally, this Hurt Syndicate, where they looking, that's all you had to do. Just have them go beat people up. That's all they had to do.
And I never understood the argument of they won't boo them. That's why it didn't work out. Yeah, you know who else people didn't boo? Undisputed Era, and you dripped them in gold. That could have been yours, buddy.
You know who else realistically people didn't boo? The fucking Bloodline. Everybody was throwing them ones up.
Yeah, everybody was throwing them bitches up.
There's only 3
That's
times.
That's why, especially in today's era of wrestling, I don't take that heel face shit serious.
Yeah, because like the only 3 times they definitely booed Bloodline of Roman, when he beat Drew in Scotland, when he beat Sammy in Canada, and when he beat Cody the first time. That's the only 3 times. Oh, and when he retired. Well, no, because I think that was pandemic. Because I was gonna say when he retired Daniel Bryan, but I think that was pandemic. So no,
it was the half crowd at WrestleMania. That was no. That was in Thunderdome. Because when he stacked and pinned them niggas, one to the air, it was like, oh shit. so like I'm not trying to hear that shit, and that's why I'm saying maybe Triple H. That's what I'm saying. Maybe this nigga's just going through it. Maybe he just wasn't expecting, like, because he wanted to use his guys.
right? And I think Karrion Kross is getting love now, but when he first came out, Jesus, DIY, those are his babies. Nothing. They get no reaction, right? Like, I think, and one thing I think Triple H, Nate has said it on the show multiple times. He's stubborn. He won't adjust. Oh, maybe these are his guys, right? And maybe that's low key a little Vinceism.
Duke, you gonna be on my dick again this week?
But
damn, get off.
Oh God, I don't know who that is. But anyway, what's it called? Maybe he just doesn't want to adjust to maybe, oh, you know what? These are my guys. And I also think he sees how LA Knight and Jey Uso still worked, and he's trying to do that with everybody. The slow burn, long term. That's what he's trying to do with Melo. I think he saw LA Knight. Hey, I took forever to give him that push. It worked though. Hey, Jey Uso, I damn sure took forever to give him that push, and it worked. Look at the crowds. I think they're trying to do the same with Melo, right? I think they're trying to do the same with well, actually, I don't know, because Andrade ain't been on TV, and I'm not gonna lie. Shinsuke, I don't know why he holding that title. I don't know why he holding that title. So,
that's what I wanted to talk about.
Shinsuke Nakamura got to be the
worst. Small decisions like that ruin the mid-card division. When LA Knight was U.S. champion, they were fucking cooking. Like every week, centered around that U.S. title, they were cooking. Now that shit is ass. Nowhere to be found.
Shinsuke Nakamura is one of the worst champions in company history.
Because Jade, you mentioned Andrade and Melo, they're doing fuck all, which is true. But when LA Knight was the champion, they were on TV every week.
And I'm not gonna lie, let's be real. How often do you wrestle somebody 7 times in a row and it's interesting every fucking time? This ain't Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston. You feel me? This ain't Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston.
Easy.
No. I'm not saying they weren't good wrestlers. I'm saying they wrestled each other so many times.
Yeah, I know.
It was like,
but it's not even just them either. One of you guys said it in our chat the other day. I saw how much airtime has Braun Breaker gotten since Raw went to Netflix? Like practically none. What is going on? And it's not like Melo and Andrade where they were kind of wishy-washy with them. Braun was the man all the way up until the penultimate episode of Raw before they moved to Netflix. And ever since they did, and listen, Lewis, I know you're the president of his fan club, but something ain't felt right with Gunther, especially since they went to Netflix. Something ain't felt right with Gunther. So it's not just those two guys. So I don't know if Triple H is spinning too many plates because he's got the TNA partnership, right? He's got the continued ratings battle with AEW. His fucking mother-in-law is the Department of Defense secretary. Oh my God, don't get me started there. WWE continues its legal battle with Janelle Grant and all that stuff going on. And now WrestleMania on top of it. I don't know. Maybe Triple H is just spinning too many plates at this point. Maybe that's why he had to bring in his buddy Road Dogg to keep watch on SmackDown because he had too much stuff going on. But there's a lot of stuff that doesn't feel right, and this is the worst possible time of year for that shit to happen.
Yeah, and I also think like that, and this will be the last thing I say regarding that. Another reason why I feel like he's maybe trying to adjust to overcoming like this pressure and all that stuff. Realistically, just based on what we know and what we see today, him introducing them women mid-card titles was not a Triple H decision because I think he knows they don't have depth, right? So you have to see the Chelsea Green Meechin feud go on Valkyria. Hey, I think you're great, but nobody wants to see a Lyra Valkyria versus Ivy Nile feud. You know what we would want to see? A Lyra Valkyria versus an Io Sky feud, maybe. We'd want to see that. We kind of got, and the thing is, I thought we were on the way because of the Queen of the Ring tournament. I thought the Queen of the Ring it revived Io Sky. It revived her like tremendously. Lyra, she in the freaking finals. Nia Jax elevated because of that tournament. Right? Chelsea Green and all these people.
Yep.
And then it just nothing. And then if you got too much pressure from everybody, because I also think he's got people at TKO probably forcing his hand to be like, I genuinely wouldn't be shocked if it came out TKO is the reason we have mid-card titles because they kept seeing the negative reaction about it. Because like, let's be real, the women do not need it. And I've been saying this for years when everybody kept bringing it up. They don't need a mid-card title. They need to fix their depth because the NXT women did not have a mid-card title for the longest. And you could literally count on 2 hands how many feuds they had going on at the same time. There was a period where you had your main title feud and it wasn't even the most important in the women's division. So them are like, okay, we have a lot of feuds going, a lot of stars. Here's your mid-card title. And even now, they still got multiple feuds you can count on 2 hands. Aside from them 2 titles. They don't even have tag titles. They should just send them tag titles to NXT because it would be way more valuable down there than it would ever be on the main roster. Way more valuable. I don't know what it is with Triple H, and I can't defend him. Like I tried at first when I was like, all right, I'm gonna give Triple H some slack. That's been done. Your mid card division, trash. It's inconsistent. Your women's division, other than the main event, and even then, that's a little shaky. Is trash. You know how bad it is where we have to give Charlotte back in that main event picture? And Alexa Bliss, she's back. She's in the chamber. And I'm assuming the Nikki Cross feud is happening because of that little Wyatt 6 thing that happened in one of the
Wyatt 6
promos.
gets back on TV, which is another issue altogether.
Actually, Bo Dallas is injured. I found that out. Bo Dallas is injured. That's why they haven't been on TV.
Oh.
Bo Dallas is
Karrion fucked him up.
Bo Dallas is injured. They just didn't disclose it. That's why they're not on TV.
Well, I wish they would disclose that shit. Okay. Whatever.
I mean, I get you, but yeah, they didn't disclose it. That's why they've been on TV.
Well, it's the boy that cried wolf, right? Because any day now, are they going to tell me that Braun Breaker's been injured this whole time? Any day now, am I going to get a report that Andrade's been injured this whole fucking time?
I mean, you're right. You 100% right. Like, I do think they should treat it. Maybe they don't have to say exactly what's going on, but I do think they should treat it like sports. You need to at least let us know, like, who's being injured. You know what I mean? Because then, like, I know they don't have to, but like,
they were quick to tell us about Jade Cargill. They were quick to tell us about that. As soon as that shit happened, hey, bro, she got this. They were quick. They were quick.
JD McDonough too. Like we all thought he had a concussion. They're like, no. He just punctured his lung. I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
that boy got it. That boy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That nigga. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That nigga should be the biggest. Well, maybe not the biggest, but he's gonna be the ultimate babyface because that hit he took, my nigga.
That was insane,
bro. Especially when you watch it live, like. My nigga, throw up the X sometimes, man, because there's no way you just gonna let that shit continue.
Yeah.
Like,
got here. Oh, there he is.
I mean, show must go on.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If they don't give him an IC title push in like a year and a half, bro, they wrong.
You know they
wrong. Give that guy something.
So what do you all think
is that moonsault, bro? Hell no, bro.
So what do you all think is going to happen? Like, what's the plan now that you're seeing? Now that The Rock has inserted himself and we got this plan.
Blake, I don't fucking know. That's the problem. I have no idea.
Are we just talking about? Are we talking about?
No, I'm talking about what do you genuinely think is going to happen now in the main event of WrestleMania? Like, what do you think they're going to do?
I don't know, and not in a good way, because a lot of people in chat are going to say. Everyone in chat is going to be like, "No, that's good that you don't know. You don't want it to be predictable." You're right. I don't want it to be predictable. But when WWE has a story that isn't predictable, but it isn't predictable because there are elements that have been threaded throughout the story that make you wonder, "Oh, it could go this way or it could go this way." That is a good thing. When you have The Rock taking up 25 minutes asking Cody Rhodes 15 times, "Be my champion," without explicitly explaining what that even means. I have no idea what's going to happen. You know, there's rumors out there that CM Punk is going to turn coat. There's rumors that The Rock and Drew McIntyre might link up, which will be the weirdest thing in the world to me. That doesn't feel right at all. The best decision, the best thing to do is still the best thing that there has always been to do. And that is, at this point, with the options that we have now, that Gunther is facing Jey Uso, I think that the best option left to us at this point would be some kind of big payoff with Seth and CM Punk. You do Roman and The Rock one-on-one, and then you let maybe Cody and John Cena go out there. But we have to remember, I see you, G, but we have to remember, just last week, Solo spiked Cody. Yep. Seemingly for no reason.
Yep.
I don't. So I guess that's my current prediction: Punk versus Rollins, Roman versus The Rock, and then Cody versus John Cena. I don't know.
Now, for me, right? I have pretty much come to the conclusion, right? And Malik, you kind of mentioned it earlier. The Rock is trolling us on purpose. I have pretty much 100% convinced myself he is trolling us on purpose. Because last year he was like, "Oh, you don't want me? I bet this year I'm not gonna give you what you want." Right? So here's my official prediction based on the new information. Based on the new information that has been presented to me. Okay. Since this nigga's trolling us at his point, we're gonna troll the fuck out the audience. Obviously, this is too easy. Cody's obviously not going to accept this challenge. Now, Drew McIntyre could be the decision because he might be desperate, this, that, and the third, and because he's being screwed so much by the bloodline. You know what? Anything to get my championship, right? Anything to get my championship. Right? But and Cody babyface. I think they're trying to preserve it as long as possible because let's be real, right? He's their top babyface, and they haven't had one like this that the fans actually cared about since Cena, because you know they rejected Roman. So, how in the world do you preserve that? Corporate Cena. And piss everybody the fuck off. Piss everybody the fuck off. Because let's be real. Cena, and again, this is why I say you need to watch the press conferences. You want to know, because and we talked about it in chat. We said like, whoa, but we felt like that's not in Cena's character. It wasn't until he said the most heelish thing you could ever say. Talk about, yeah, I'm not going to qualify because I feel like it's best for business that I'm in this chamber and that I win the world title because, you know, anytime best for business is used, is that not a heel thing to do? Now, again, this is not what I want. I don't think Cena should win this.
Okay.
I mean, this Elimination Chamber. That's not what I want.
I agree.
But if this nigga's gonna keep trolling us like that, fuck it. Keep it going and give us the heel corporate Cena. Because let's be real, nobody would see coming. And everybody would be. See, here's my thing. If The Rock, I will be off if you do it on purpose. Like, if you're changing your mind and doing all this on purpose to piss us off, I can live with that because you know what? You're doing your job. You're pissing me the fuck off. You're agitating my soul. And if you're going to be the top heel, that's what I'd love for you to do. Good job. That's what you should do, right? So that, if you're doing this to piss us off on purpose, go all the way. Go all the way. Give me corporate Cena. Because you know what? If we get corporate Cena, everybody's still going to love Cody. Because if the alternative, if we do Cody versus Cena and Cody wins, which I think will happen, I don't think Cena's winning that. Niggas are going to boo him. Now, you can get to the Homelander Cody, but I don't think they want to do it just yet. So, if you want to preserve it, go all the way. Give me corporate Cena. That nigga desperate anyway. He talk about, it's best for business. I'm not going to qualify. Process. Is that not heel 101, best for business? Like, ever since the Authority came out with that shit, that's like heel 101. Yeah, I'm going to do this because it's best for business. That's heel 101. I might as well. If you're gonna piss us off this much, you might as well give us that. If not, get the fuck out. But if you gonna piss us off, give me corporate Cena. Might as well.
Go ahead, Lewis.
Makes sense, but when you break it down like that, I'm not mad at it.
Did I have something to say?
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
I don't.
Mo, what about you? You had an idea?
No, I was just thinking like Drew and Rock could work because they have a close relationship outside of it. But that's it.
Yeah, I like the idea of Drew better. I'm always consistent with this. I'm all for elevating somebody that is going to take him to a clear tier. Like, seeing Punk is cool, but it doesn't elevate him as much. What's the most he's going to get? A WrestleMania main event? Doesn't really move me as much. Punk can get that without that. Cena would be great for the people that want him to turn heel. That's whatever. Drew, I feel like it takes him from a tier 2 guy to a tier 1 guy. And it will get him a very good title reign that he's been more than likely another WrestleMania main event that he deserves. And a new layer to the Drew McIntyre character that we've been seeing. I would personally like, if they go this corporate route, to give it to somebody that it can clearly elevate and that it can clearly bring to a higher tier, rather than somebody who's already plateaued at this tier. I would personally like Drew in the spot, but If it's Cena, if it's Punk, if it's Drew, I mean, they're all good options, but I'd rather just give it to Drew because he has much more of a ceiling to capitalize on than the other two.
The only option that I think is absolutely wrong is CM Punk. That's the only one I think is absolutely wrong. I would not get behind that at all.
I think that's the option they're gonna do. Yeah, I think that's the option.
I don't want it.
Yeah, I think that's. I think you can make it make sense, but it's the worst decision out of every single one of your options you could go through. That's the worst decision. I'd rather you give me Braun Breaker than you give me CM Punk.
What about corporate Logan Paul?
I'd rather you give me. I would much rather prefer that than you give me CM Punk. I will take that 1,000 times because at least it'll piss me off like it's supposed to. Do not give me Punk, bro.
Yeah, but Logan Paul might be a dead ass. Do not fuck with each other.
I forgot about that.
I know that's why I would. I know that's. I know.
But if it didn't, then sure, fucking give it to Logan. Hell yeah. If it wasn't, sure.
I don't think it would happen. I don't think it would happen.
If they could put their beef aside and talk some shit out, hell yeah.
I think The Rock and Cena make total sense. Honestly, I mean,
but if Cena had more time,
not only their history and all that stuff, and I know Cena's got limited time, but I would think that there has to have been private conversations with Cena saying, "All right, this is my last year. What are some things I want to get done?" And if he's thinking about the people, right? What have we always wanted to see from Cena? We always want to see it. We've always wanted to see his dark side, right? Ever since. 2009, 2008, 2009. We wanted to see John Cena's dark side, and we've never gotten to see it. And partnering up with The Rock would obviously drive numbers. Like, that's obviously going to sell tickets. Honestly, I think that's probably the best scenario is for us to get Cody versus Cena with The Rock in Cena's corner, and then maybe that leads to Homelander Cody at some point. But yeah, I'd be down for that. That result, I'd be okay with that.
I would be down for it if Cena had more time.
By the way,
that's what I was.
Which, by the way, I just want to say, and I don't mean to speak for everybody, and then I'm gonna let you go, Malik. I don't think any of us wanted this to happen at all. It's just
making the best with a bad situation.
We're adjusting. Yeah. This is where we're at because this is
adding some bacon to an overcooked burger.
Wanted this shit.
So
making the best of a bad situation.
The way I'm seeing it now, just looking at from storyline perspectives, it's really got to be Drew, Cena, or Punk. I think those are the three options. The only way I can see Drew getting it is for him to win the Elimination Chamber, but I really don't see that happening. Because if he wins the chamber, then they would have an easy access of all they have to do was just have The Rock tell Drew this is what can happen and I can help you win and make you the champion, stuff like that. And then Drew just buys into it. But I just don't see Drew McIntyre winning the chamber, unfortunately. So it really comes down to Cena and Punk for me. I'm the opposite of G. I think Cena is the worst option for me. I don't want to see that at all, actually. I don't want to see John Cena turn heel at this stage in his career. It would be interesting and it would be shocking to see, but I feel like if he was going to turn heel, that time has passed for me. Like that should have happened 2011, 2012. And I think it would have been more appealing because he would have been at his peak in his prime still. And I think you have more layers to tell for storytelling with that. Like Cena's not going to be around all the time this year. And with the heel John Cena, I feel like that's so appealing. It's something that just hasn't been done with Cena as the guy. I feel like you need to get as much out of that as possible. And with John Cena being on a limited schedule, I just don't know how much they can really get out of that. Maybe they could still make it work. I mean, they could probably figure it out, I'm sure. But I'm just not sure if that's something that I would much rather prefer at this stage. Which leaves to the CM Punk factor. I think that just, to me, is the most interesting story they have out of all the options. I think Cena wins the chamber, and then that favor that Paul Heyman owes him because Paul Heyman has good ties with The Rock, and it doesn't necessarily even have to be Punk going to Heyman. Maybe Heyman goes to Punk and says, "Hey, man, I can get you in the main event. I can get you in that spot if you want it. You deserve it. I can talk to The Rock and get you in there." At this stage in CM Punk's career, I think that would be intriguing for his character because he has two options. He either could have said no, and then he would have to fight another year to try to get to the main event of WrestleMania. But to get there, he would either have to win the Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber, which are like two of the hardest matches to win. He's not getting any younger, so it's like I could take the hard route, but there's no guarantee if I take the hard route. well, now if you do the favor that Paul Heyman can give you, like, there's a guaranteed spot there. I can get you in there. You would just have to. The Rock would probably convince you have to sell out, and you have to be the corporate guy, and that's the only way I'm going to put you in that spot. So I think that's just I feel like that's just the most easy story now that they have to tell. What that it would be like Stone Cold, turning corporate. Like that's the last guy you would ever expect, right, to turn corporate. CM Punk is one of those guys because CM Punk has always been anti the authority, never been the yes man. He's always been against the grain. That's why a lot of people always loved CM Punk because he was the complete opposite of what represents to be the WWE guy, like the face of the company, right? So he's the last guy I think you would expect to do that. But I also think that's what kind of makes it more interesting to me too. It's like, damn, like you wouldn't expect that guy to do that. And now they have a story where it could line up for that if they want to go in that direction.
Well, I think what you just said, I think it works with Cena as well. Only reason why I feel like Punk for me is the worst decision is because, like, I would feel you a lot more if CM Punk didn't get hurt last year and he still missed the main event. I would feel you 1,000% more. Like, if he was here last year, didn't get the main event, and has just been trying to get back there, and now we get back here and he's like so close and he's kind of getting desperate. He was telling that story. I feel you a little more, right? Cena has shown me that he's been desperate. Just like he's literally like he said after he lost the Rumble, it was like his realization. Oh shit, that was my last one. I'm kind of gonna start getting a little desperate. And what's it called? For me, I feel like with CM Punk, even though Cena has technically been anti-authority too, he's also been a company guy. Whereas CM Punk, for pretty much all of his career, has been seen as the anti-hero, anti-company guy. Even as a babyface, he was anti-company. Whereas Cena, as a babyface, was very much, I fight for WWE. That's why their whole feud was like, really, really good in my opinion, because they're technically both babyfaces. It's Batman versus Superman. One's the anti-hero, or like Star Wars, the gray Jedi, and one is the white meat babyface, right? They all have the same goals. They just have different Captain America versus Iron Man. They all want to save the world. They just have different ideas of how to do it, right? So I feel like it would be a little bit more shocking if Captain America ever went dark as opposed to Tony Stark, because, you know what I mean? In that analogy, because Tony Stark, he's going to do things a different way. He's not really going to give a fuck as long as it gets the job done. And he's not really for the company, but he's not for the evil either. Like, when push comes to shove, he's going to do the right thing. If Captain America ever went dark, oh shit, this is the white meat babyface. This is blonde hair, blue eyes. The guy you put on every poster that kisses all the babies, all the Make-A-Wish kids. Like, that's why I think that would be better for me. Again, I don't want either of those. I wish The Rock would have just went away, right? But that's how I feel. I think because Cena, and because you said he's on a limited schedule, I know he's going to be here more after the Chamber and after Mania. Like, he has more dates scheduled for that. I think as a heel, I remember him saying if he was ever going to be a heel, he was going to do the complete opposite of everything he's ever done. Not showing up would literally be right in that, because Cena's always been the guy like, I'm going to be here. Like, now it's like, oh, I got to be here. I'm a heel now. You know what I mean? So
go ahead, Mo.
Oh, no, it was a topic in the chat that we're not talking about. I'll leave it alone.
No. What was it?
So for me, then, I feel like Cena has been anti the authority too, and it would be shocking to see Cena turn heel. But that, for me, it just goes back to my point. I feel like it's too little, too late for me for that. Like, it would have been so much better and bigger if this was 10, 12 years ago for John Cena. For CM Punk, his story isn't really an act of desperation. It's more of, I deserve it. Last year, he was supposed to get it. He got hurt. He should have already had it before that, and The Rock took it away from him. Now The Rock could be the guy to put him in that position. Punk's story is basically, I deserve it. Paul Heyman knows I deserve it. Everybody knows I deserve it, and I'm not waiting my turn anymore. And if you really look at the depth of CM Punk's promos, they've kind of been heelish too. Talking about, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. Talking about he's going to stab Cody in the front, not in the back. Like, there's some interesting aspects they could go with that too, in that particular direction. So Cena, would definitely be shocking too, because like I said, he's always been the ultimate baby face. Like he's been Superman. You know what I mean? Like Superman never turns on the people. That would be like, no, like this is crazy. And Cena has a story of an act of desperation where it's like, I'm on my last leg. I haven't won a singles match in 7-8 years. Like I'm not in my prime anymore. And he even said becoming the 17-time world champion is best for business for what the company needs. So in his mind, I'm doing what I think is best for the WWE and for the company. And it may not be a popular decision, but I'm doing what's best for the company that I love. Totally 100% understand that story aspect. But I feel like the more interesting arc would be for CM Punk to do it, because CM Punk has been what John Cena never was, and he was really anti-rebellious. I'm not a yes man. I'm not an ass kisser type guy. Those were the promos he cut, after the Pike Bomb. That's the type of representation he has with this gimmick. That's why a lot of people really loved CM Punk, who wanted him to be the guy over John Cena at that time, because John Cena was what, for the people who didn't like John Cena, he was the guy they did not want to represent the company as their guy. He wasn't for them. CM Punk was the guy for them. And for him to now possibly turn corporate, where you see him come out in suits and ties and can be the complete opposite of what we know CM Punk to be, I think that makes the most interesting fact. And think of the story aspects that adds onto it outside of that. How Drew McIntyre going to feel about seeing that? How's Seth Rollins going to feel about seeing that? Roman Reigns, how is he going to feel about seeing that? Imagine at WrestleMania if they have segments where they cut to the backstage segment and Drew McIntyre is on TV, watching the TV, and he's watching The Rock hold up CM Punk saying with the WWE Championship. How that man going to feel about that? How they going to feel if they turn to another segment where Seth Rollins is watching? He hates CM Punk and he loves WWE. And Seth Rollins has always spoken about too. He's always wanted to be the guy, but he's never been the guy that the WWE values as placing him as the face of the company. But you know what? To his credit, he doesn't complain about it. He loves the WWE. He's a workhorse guy. He's a company guy for them. He's always been, like the most reliable guy for them. And CM Punk left the company high and dry for 10 years while Seth Rollins has literally destroyed his body for the company for over a decade. And now he's watching this guy being chosen as the new guy. And imagine they cut up to the VIP segment of the stadium, top of the stadium, and now Roman Reigns sitting up there. He's watching his cousin reward CM Punk as the guy. Paul Heyman's going to be sitting there next to him too. So then he's going to be looking at Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman could be like, listen, I know it was going to be like this. Like, I used that favor to help Punk get there, but I know they had this plan. That adds up a lot of different story aspects outside of that. I feel like that makes it more interesting because of the type of negativity that people have storyline-wise against CM Punk and the things that it could lead to direction-wise with everything going on. So just based off where everything's at right now, I think that could be the direction they go in. But then again, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
To add on to that too, though, and I've said this on the podcast before, I think that 2010 Savior of the Masses CM Punk, 2010 Savior of the Masses CM Punk, I think that was the best version of CM Punk. I mean, including what happened after the Nexus, Money in the Bank was great and all that, but in total, as a character, in-ring promos, long-term storytelling, the Savior of the Masses, I think, was the best version of CM Punk WWE ever saw. And if this would get us closer to a run like that, where he's cutting those kinds of promos in the ring, I'd be down for it, because that might buy me some goodwill with CM Punk at that point. I'd be down for it.
And I will say, Malik, if you were booking the show and you wanted to make it like that, and because one thing I love right now, and this is, Nate has been the main one saying it, Triple H can book a main event. A lot of these character motivations and these side feuds that we see all stem from the bloodline. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, that all stem from any type of interaction with the brother. That's been Drew McIntyre's whole motivation since he's turned heel. Pretty much the whole time. The bloodline screw me. Anybody associated with the bloodline, this, that, and the third. That's been his whole motivation, right? Even when he fought Seth Rollins, he's like, bro, you keep worrying about the bloodline too much. You're not worried about me. That's why you're going to lose, right? So, yeah, everything has been – I love that. So, if that's how you're going to tell the CM Punk story and all this stuff spins off of it because of that, like I love the Seth Rollins aspect of it. Drew McIntyre, I think someone said in the chat, can literally come out the next night and be like, see, I told you guys I tell the truth. Look at CM Punk now. He lied to y'all, right? There's so many things that I think would come great from that, right? And so if you were booking the show and that's how you did it, great. Now we're talking about all of this. I don't think any of that's gonna happen. You know what I genuinely think is gonna happen? All this whole soul shit is for no reason. With like the littlest payoff. The littlest payoff. Because you know what's gonna piss me off the most? How mad y'all gonna be if Solo come out? I'm not gonna lie. I really thought this nigga Solo was gonna be like, I poked you in the neck because I did it for The Rock. I really thought they was gonna bring that back. I really thought they was gonna bring that shit back.
Oh my fucking god!
I don't think that's gonna happen.
What's been your obsession with Solo lately? You've been on this, man.
You wanna know why I've been?
Do you see new
No,
vision?
because I think actually, if I'm being 100%, I think they're going to tribal combat and Jacob's gonna win. That's what I think is about to happen. But because Jacob's not gonna lose. Like if he loses, I feel like it's almost weird. I feel like Jacob winning is gonna be good, but I feel like Solo winning will do nothing for him. If anything, it'll harm Jacob. That's how I feel at this point. But nevertheless,
you're cooking.
Because that's the only way I feel like Solo can go back to being interesting. If it come to find out all along that Solo was doing this for The Rock. Like that's the only way I feel like he's gonna feel important.
Do you know how this shit end? Jacob and Solo is gonna have bloodline rules at Mania, and it's gonna end with Jacob versus Big Jim for the U.S. title, baby. Jacob gonna whoop Big Jim.
You're gonna give Big Jim a Zack Ryder run?
A Zack Ryder run is crazy.
Damn.
I got a question about WrestleMania.
I'd give it back. The thing is, people ain't gonna like it, but Jimmy Uso can actually wrestle one-on-one, unlike Jay.
Well, that's too far.
So I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be opposed to Jimmy holding it until like SummerSlam. Low key, wouldn't be opposed.
Well, I do think we're gonna get the shot
of
Jimmy Uso and Jay Uso as brothers winning singles gold. I think we're gonna get that.
They are.
But I'm not gonna lie, Jimmy not holding on to that shit.
Jacob is gonna end up whooping that ass. Jacob is gonna end up whooping that ass.
And also to the comment about Jay Uso not being able to wrestle. No, Jimmy and Jay should just not wrestle each other because they wrestle the exact same. That was bad. Never like that was horrendous. Like horrendous.
Oh no, I've been seeing Jimmy cook more than
like bro. Like imagine if we saw Matt and Nick Jackson wrestle each other.
Ew. I don't want to see them wrestle at all.
We already did.
Unfortunately for twin brothers, the Usos had as much chemistry as they have as partners, they had zero chemistry as opponents.
That was worse than the Pride versus LWO.
It's terrible. I got a WrestleMania question for Malik though. Hey Malik, who do you think's gonna be Braun Strowman's partner in the eight-man tag team showcase match at WrestleMania?
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Nicholas, bro, what you mean?
Oh my god! They're doing
because I see. There's a lot of guys on the roster that got no path to WrestleMania right now. And Braun Strowman's one of them.
He might not even be on the show, so I'm not even expecting him to be on the show.
Braun Strowman is going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal again. He's going to be the first two-timer.
There you go.
He's going to be the first two-timer.
Let's go.
Like that means
imagine they give Jacob that shit.
Nah, Jacob's gonna.
Imagine they give Jacob that shit. Nah, he's gonna face Solo. You're right.
I think he's
but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie though.
Braun Strowman and Melo. Let's go.
We should get 3 ladder matches. We should get 3 ladder matches at Mania. I'm not gonna lie. We should get 3. Yeah, we put the tag titles where Street Profits can win. That's a ladder match. Or pretty
Strowman and Priest is a good guess. That's a good guess. A freaking 2.0. Strowman and Priest as a tag team at WrestleMania. That's a good guess.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
do that either.
Nah, but I think that's gonna be a ladder match. I think the U.S. title is gonna be a ladder match, and if they do what I think they're gonna do, because and this is assuming Cena wins.
You know, Big Jim gonna win that.
Yeah, and I think if they do what I think they're gonna do, because I think Cena's gonna win the Chamber, I think the IC title is gonna be in a ladder match too.
That's overdoing it.
I
You can
love
say
the
that,
idea
but
of
I
Braun
think
and AJ.
I love it too, but I'm not sure because I'm not gonna lie. Logan needs a match, which I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Oh, Malik, that's what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna lie. You said you don't see Drew winning the chamber match. There's one scenario, Doctor Strange. 13 million scenarios. We only win one.
Do you think he's gonna screw over? You think Logan screws over
I
Drew?
think Logan screws over Cena, and that's how Drew wins. I think Logan is the one who pins Cena to get him out of there using the brass knuckles. There's your Mania match. There's your Mania match, Logan versus Cena. The ultimate. Oh my! You know how much heat that nigga's gonna get?
Chat about to blow up right now. Watch. Chat about to blow up right now. Look. Wait for him. Look. Already.
Look, I'm not saying it will happen, but if there's a scenario where Drew wins the chamber, it'll be that. It'll be Logan hitting Cena with the brass knucks.
Just like
that's
last
how
year.
That's how Drew. Yeah, that's how Drew will win the chamber.
I definitely.
Why people saying terrible, bro?
I definitely feel like Logan and Cena is still on the table because
it is.
If they do Cody versus Cena versus Punk, and they do Roman versus Seth, and they do AJ versus Braun, which I think AJ Styles would have been the perfect opponent for Logan Paul, but it seems like they're gonna have AJ.
I think they're gonna do a fatal 4-way for the title. I think it's gonna be AJ, Sheamus, Braun, and Kaiser. And a work rate fatal 4-way.
Don't put Sheamus in that fucking match if he ain't winning.
No, I'd have Sheamus winning too.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, if Sheamus ain't winning the match,
I mean, they could do that, but I just don't. I feel like they're gonna give Logan a one-on-one match at Mania. So I just.
Look what you do.
Cena probably would be the option if they do the triple threat, and they do Roman and Seth, AJ and Braun. I don't know who else is lined up. I don't know.
Listen, it's not in the cards right now from a storytelling perspective, but while we're talking about both of them, I think Logan and Braun Strowman could cook. I mean, if you're looking for just a good opponent for Mania, I'd pay tickets for Logan versus Strowman. It's not going to happen, but
Logan versus Penta would cook too.
If we were Logan versus Penta is interesting. That's interesting.
That could be a good match. I'll give you that.
That'll be the match that it should have been versus Rey Mysterio. Like what we get for Logan versus Penta is what WWE thought they were going to get for Logan versus Rey.
I'd be down for that.
AG, when Jacob wins a U.S. title, you ready for him and Ilya to kill each other?
I'm not gonna lie. You're not gonna like me saying this. Jacob Fatu finna smack the fuck out of Ilya. Stomp that nigga. Stomp that nigga.
Here he goes.
Jacob Fatu put that nigga in the coffin. Hey, I seen it.
See what you did.
Ilya trains for dudes like Jacob.
But I'm just going based off of what I've seen on TV and so far, how he's been booked on the main roster. Ilya was having competitive matches with Ricochet. What the fuck do you think Jacob Fatu finna do?
I mean, he was having competitive matches.
I know. I know. As an overall talent in WWE, Ricochet was buns, but in ring talent, we're not gonna make it seem like Ricochet a scrub. We're not gonna do that.
No, he's not. But I'm talking about just based on like stature, similar. I saw Jacob Fatu. We popping up fucking Braun Strowman and Samoan drops and then getting straight up doing moonsaults and taking him out. Bro, this nigga was doing hit attacks to this nigga and lost because he was kicking ass too much. What the fuck you think he's gonna do?
Listen, I'm not the heavy NXT merchant like you are, but this is the same dude that beat Fat Walter, so please respect him. He's still got that dog in him.
Hey, and you're 100% right. Once they start presenting him that way, give it to me. But until
trust.
Then,
when they feud trust.
Because you know what I'm scared of? You know what I'm genuinely scared of? He's gonna come back Raw after Mania, and he's just gonna be another guy. That's what I'm scared of.
Nah, proud of being right though. Ilya in that triple threat was beating the shit out of Sheamus and Drew, bro. He'll
probably just be another guy for a while on the roster.
Oh yeah, Leo.
That's what I'm scared of.
Leo in chat says Priest versus Logan. That makes a lot of sense too, actually. Yeah.
Priest, I can get behind that
because that can come out of the chamber. Yeah,
I can get behind that.
Well, if Drew doesn't, I mean, I'm assuming we're talking if Drew wins because if Drew doesn't win, I believe Priest is the feud. Like that's what
I ain't gonna lie. I'd give Logan the W. I'd give Logan the win. I ain't gonna lie.
Over Priest,
bro. Logan has yet to win a Mania match, bro. I think.
I was asking because if that's the case,
over Priest, yeah.
Oh yeah, he won last year.
Oh, he did win that.
He won that 38 too.
I think What I'm afraid
He
of is
didn't.
that Logan's going to end up in a tag team match, and it's going to be like Logan
God.
and Dom versus Penta. Penta and Ray is kind of.
Bro,
No,
I'm not doing
I
that shit
think Ray's
again,
gonna
bro.
be facing the New Day at WrestleMania. His partner's
By himself.
now that you said that, his partner's probably gonna be Penta. Now that
Ray
I
and
thought about
Penta versus the New Day. That makes
New
a lot
Day
of
been
sense
fumbled,
too.
man.
Yeah.
because they're not gonna put Dragon Lee in that spot. I don't think so.
Right.
It'll probably be Penta. Yeah, it'll probably be. Now that you said that,
LWO still a thing.
I'll never forget Hellfire. Shout out Hellfire.
No.
I'll never forget when Penta was no, I'll never forget when Dragon Lee came to WWE.
Shout out Hellfire.
And we were in a Discord with him. We were yelling at him, arguing him. No, because this is why. We were yelling at him because he was like, "Oh, WWE is still like this is like still bad." You know how he get. We were like, "Okay, so Dragon Lee, you saying Dragon Lee coming to WWE is bad? What would you have him do?" He's like, "Honestly, the way WWE books, put him in the LWO." We ripped him. We were like, "You're saying WWE is bad, but that's what you would do." And sure enough, the first thing Dragon Lee did when he got up here, put in the LWO. I was like, "Wow." I'll give it to Hellfire on that. He definitely could.
He's still nimble.
That nigga. That's the first thing.
He's still nimble.
Bro, I was so scared Andrade was going to do it too. I mean,
if they do Logan and the Priest, they could then somebody's right. They could do Drew and LA Knight. That'll be good. I can get down for that.
Oh, yeah, because
I ain't gonna lie. If Shinsuke don't defend the title, if Shinsuke don't defend the US title at Mania, I'm not gonna.
They need to get that title off Shinsuke well before Mania. Like this isn't working.
No, and honestly, LA Knight is gonna be in the US.
I don't
because
we've talked.
Well, Jade, I hear what you're saying, and I'm not against it, but I think they're gonna have Shinsuke win by DQ.
Yeah, but gee, listen,
and then everybody's they're gonna do the Daniel. They're gonna do the Daniel Bryan thing where everybody kept trying to steal Wade Barrett's title every week. That's how they're gonna set up that fucking ladder match.
We've talked about how guys like, which by the way, everyone that was on Twitter throwing a fit that Akam and Razor got released again, maybe pop for them once and they wouldn't get released again. That's not the point. But we talked about guys like that group and the Street Profits before them that were coming out to Zero Reaction. I don't know that I actually ever heard Zero Reaction until Shinsuke. Like there was a little bit of buzz when he came back with the new character. When Shinsuke made his entrance on SmackDown, I don't know if I've ever heard a quieter crowd. Ever. You could have heard a freaking
what it was?
Q-tip hit the ground in that arena. It was so quiet.
You know what it was? They didn't build him up for the win. They did it. They new presentation, boom, you're facing LA Knight at Survivor Series, boom, you just won the title. If he was built up,
well, whoever's fault it is, it's not working, and they need to cut bait now.
But you know what's crazy? even with y'all saying that, I thought it could have worked.
I don't know why.
I didn't think they weren't gonna have him defend no. Not
in big 2025.
He's gonna be this next.
I mean, he won the title and they instantly took him off TV. You know, what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't think
No.
When he won the title in a shock factor, did I think he was gonna hold it long? No. Did I think he was going to be this like elevate to main event status? No. But I thought they were at least gonna trot him out there. They took him off TV. All he did was backstage segments. Like for me personally, even if Shinsuke didn't work, even if they had him on TV, at least you have your champion on TV. He's there less than Logan Paul.
Bro, they do this every time they give Shinsuke Nakamura a title. Every time. I don't know why you saw this coming.
But the last time he had a title, he was teaming with Rick Boogs. That's the last time he had a title. He was chilling with Rick Boogs. Right? Like I'm like that era before 2022. Anytime somebody gets something new, I'm like, okay, look, the last time you was pushed like this was Vince. I'm gonna see what happened. I didn't think they was gonna take him off TV. Like, bro, you can't. Like, I don't care who you are. You're trying to get over this new gimmick and you're not on TV. Nobody's gonna work doing that.
I've heard rumors that Shinsuke is like happy with what he's doing because he spent 25 years beating the hell out of himself, and now he's just taking it easy in WWE. If that's what it is, more power to him. To be honest,
they don't need the title around him.
Exactly. If you're going to put the title on him, you got to do something else. I mean, that's you can't trot him out there. Realistically, based on what he's doing, he should be the one doing random tag team matches with R-Truth, not LA Knight. Like LA Knight should be where Shinsuke is, and Shinsuke should be where LA Knight is. If that's going to be the case. Malik, you're muted or your mic went out or something.
There we go.
There we go.
If we're being honest, it is so depressing to see where Shinsuke is at in his career now. It is beyond depressing.
I'll let it go.
If you watched, not even if you watched New Japan, but if you watched him at NXT and then watched him prior to WrestleMania 34 before the aftermath, Jay talked about how he comes out to no reaction. He used to get rock star reactions. He used to have some of the best, most entertaining, fun reactions among the crowd singing his song. Like,
His SmackDown debut is like maybe top 10 SmackDown moments ever. Like
his SmackDown debut was electric, bro. Like the building was shaking when he came out. Shinsuke Nakamura is one of those fumbles that WWE just can't fix and they can't get back. It was perfect for the time they had it. They had it right in the palm of their hands on a silver platter, and they freaking fumbled it. And he's one of those people that can't be saved. Not even in the Triple H era, he can't be saved. He was perfect for the time that he was.
You know when I officially gave up on
It
Shinsuke?
sounds like Shayna.
I officially gave up on him. The SmackDown after WrestleMania 38. I was like, okay. That was where I said it, because he came out, confronted Roman, got kicked in the face, and they did nothing with it.
I remember that.
Nothing with it. It meant nothing. I was like, yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, they teased like a Shinsuke.
Even when he turned face. Even when he turned face, and then he did nothing with it.
He confronted Roman because the Usos took out his tag team partner, right? Took out Rick Boogs in the tag match.
Roman hugs him. And then he doesn't give a fuck. Like, what are we doing? That's when I was tired.
It is very depressing to see where he's at, because they had
I'm sorry. Shinsuke's got it way worse than Finn Balor. I'm sorry. Don't.
Yeah,
at least Finn Balor's still doing something worth of something. At least he's on TV. Shinsuke, no.
And he's got a universal title to his credit. I mean, honestly, they at least had the intention.
At least he's the first.
At least they had the intention at the time of Finn Balor being something.
Well, I mean, Shinsuke won a Royal Rumble though. He got that under his belt.
Yeah, but they had no intention of throwing any fucking world title.
And Finn Balor is a Grand Slam champion. Grand Slam fan, baby.
Man, the booking at WrestleMania.
Stop flexing that. But half them
the booking at WrestleMania 34 looking back. The booking at WrestleMania 34 looking back was such a. It was such a future altering event, because, I mean, where does Asuka end up if she continues her winning streak and beats Charlotte at WrestleMania? Where does Shinsuke end up if they pull the fucking trigger on the hottest act they have in the company, right? Even like what happens with Roman Reigns. Maybe things work out with a babyface Roman Reigns if Brock Lesnar doesn't go out there and beat him to a pull. There's just so much from that WrestleMania.
There's nothing they could have did to save Roman. He was cooked.
Because
remember, if you go back before WrestleMania, remember how he even won the Elimination Chamber. Braun Strowman took out everybody in that match except for Roman Reigns. Lost in the end to the one guy that nobody wanted to win. Braun Strowman takes out everybody in the match, only for him to get beat by the one guy that people were hoping was going to win, even though you knew he was going to win, but you were hoping, maybe they won't do it, but you knew it was going to be Roman Reigns. But in that fashion, you had Braun Strowman take everybody out in the match, only to lose to the one guy that nobody wants to win the match.
Because they were telling that story, one at 5 versus 1 spear. 5 versus 1 spear, that's all it took.
And not to mention,
y'all remember the build?
Who else do you know? You know what? I don't even hate the build to that WrestleMania match. I didn't hate it because Roman Reigns is getting his ass beat every week. I get they were trying to make him. I get they were trying to make him the underdog. But who do they think Roman Reigns was in 2018? Who else kicked out of 5 F5s in a row? Back it was in a row. One of them was even to the announce table. He got F5 one time, kicked out. Okay, 1 F5 kick out. 2 in a row, not crazy. 3, okay, it's kind of a little wild now. 3 in a row.
Here we go.
And then he F5'd him through the announce table, threw him back in the ring, and F5'd him again. He kicked out. Who the fuck is this guy? Thor? He ain't even Superman at this point. This guy's Thor at this point. My gosh, bro. Who else kicked out of 5 F5s in a row? John Cena didn't even get that treatment at SummerSlam, and he got his ass whooped the entire match.
And we've talked about it on this pod before. You kick out of 5, but not 6.
Took 1 F5. Could kick out of 1. Could kick out of 1. Roman Reigns kicked out of 5 in a row.
But not 6.
Oh, and that's it.
You got 5, but not 6. That's too far.
6 times the charm.
Who won the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 34?
Nia
Jax.
Yeah.
Okay. Iker. Asuka was finna get cashed in on. They were not finna waste the first Miss Money in the Bank cash in. Nia Jax was
Raw title was right there.
Yeah,
right there.
And that story was bullshit anyway because the roles were reversed.
Yeah, and then they had Alexa be the boy.
Yo, let's talk about that shit for a second. Oh my fucking god! Bro. You mean to tell me Nia Jax, right? I don't know how tall she is. Let's just say 6 foot. Nia Jax, 6 foot. Alexa Bliss, 4'12", 4'11". Doesn't even hit 5 feet if she's lucky, right? Alexa Bliss can fit up under the door when it's closed. Skeleton with skin. And you getting bullied by her, Nia Jax? You getting bullied by her? She's hurting your little feelings? What the fuck? Nigga, it's when was this Mania? 2018? My nigga, it's fucking 2018. If you don't whip her, bro, they told a whole story about Alexa Bliss, the mean popular girl, versus the undesirable. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? This is Nia fucking Jax.
You know, to make it worse, after Nia Jax won that match, she could have be a star ass.
Bro, that shit pissed me off. Oh my god.
That whole feud, April to May.
Am I misremembering, or didn't Jinder Mahal also win the U.S. title in a fatal 4-way?
Unfortunately,
yes,
he did.
Yes, Jeff Hardy 8 days later.
Bro.
You know, Jay, you know who else was in that match that could have won? Rusev Day was in that match.
All the wins that made on that night, they made them.
Bro,
Jinder's title wins came from.
And then he lost the title the next night, Jeff Hardy.
Bro, that whole feud was set up for Rusev Day. Had Aiden English coming out the.
Bro, they were so over, bro. They were so over.
There's another one of those veering paths that I talked about. What if Rusev wins that title at that point? Like it.
Bro,
we talk about merch,
man.
Bro, we talk about merch, and people loved using the merch for Liv Morgan, and Axe loved using it for Nikki Bella. Bro, this nigga Rusev Day was outselling everybody.
Let it go.
I'm not. But
let it go.
This nigga Rusev was outselling everybody.
Yeah.
This nigga was outselling everybody.
Yeah.
It was like the first time John Cena didn't lead in merch sales in like a decade. Like, bro,
which is insane.
Man, that WrestleMania, man.
I don't know what was worse at that WrestleMania for me. The fact that we saw Rusev Day lose in the U.S. title fatal 4-way. The fact that we saw Undertaker squash John Cena. The fact that we saw Roman take 5 F5s in a row and kick out. I don't know what decision I hate more. Or Shinsuke losing.
Yeah.
And then turning heel afterwards for no apparent
Charlotte
reason.
Beating Asuka and making her tap out. Making Asuka tap out. After being undefeated for almost 2 years. She can't stand one figure. It's just that whole show, man. Oh my God, I'd forgotten how infuriating.
You know what? I'm actually happy New Orleans is getting another WrestleMania. They need to make up for that.
Yeah, get another
shot
they need a
which I am going to do everything in my power to be there. Like I swear I'm going to do everything in my power to be at that Mania.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I was hyped, and then I saw something on Twitter. They were like, "Let's take a look back at the last time New Orleans got a WrestleMania." I'm like, "You motherfuckers!" I was like, "Why would you remind me of that shit, bro?" Now I'm scared to go because bro, I'm not gonna lie.
We got 2 mid WrestleManias, my lord.
Bro. Whoa. Chill on 30.
Oh my God! And the add on to that, I don't know what else is worse too. I forgot. Braun Strowman team with Nicholas. Of course. Can't get.
That was funny to me.
Can't get any worse.
It was stupid.
No, because you want to know.
Sacrificed one of your best tag teams in WWE to lose the tag team titles.
The
just
Bar
for them to give
were
it up
on
next
fire at that point. I don't know if any people in chat don't remember. The Bar were killing it. And then,
in fairness, I think the Bar were fine after that. But if y'all remember the build, y'all remember that #1 tag team contendership battle royal, whatever.
The battle royal, he threw everybody out.
And Braun Strowman just came out. And I was like, wow.
Buried the entire tag. The one time they
Bobby
do
Lashley
something
team with him?
semi-good with Braun Strowman, and he buries the entire tag team division.
They couldn't just have Bobby Lashley return at Mania to team with Braun. They had him teaming with Braun at Backlash anyway.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
It's just stupid.
to pivot to, so we talked about the men's chamber. We got to talk about the women's one here for a minute too. The women's one to me is, I think, more unpredictable than the men's because there's a lot of good stories that they have in there. So it's a very good unpredictability, unlike kind of the men's. Like there's a lot of stories that are tied up to it all together. You got the Bianca and Naomi and Jade stuff. You got the Roxanne and Bailey stuff. The Alexa stuff, kind of teasing with the Wyatts and everything. There's a lot of good, interesting factors. What do you guys think they're going to do as far as who wins and then who faces Rhea at Mania? Because Rhea also got the match with Io afterwards. I'm thinking they probably could set up another triple threat because I think that match might end in some type of shenanigans or something that could lead to the triple threat with the chamber winner and Io getting the shot at Mania as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go first because I got my cut. I got my cutoff at 6 coming up, so I'll hop in. And I mean, honestly, Malik, I have no idea. You're right. The women's chamber, this is the right kind of unpredictability, though, to the opposite of the men's chamber where it's unpredictable because of all the bullshit that's gone into the story up to this point. The women's chamber is much, much more acceptably unpredictable because it's just a matter of that there's so many different directions they could go. I think Alexa probably has the edge right now because she's the one with the most story going into it. I don't see Roxanne winning it. I don't think they're going to give Bailey a main event 2 years in a row. So I think those two are out automatically. And then who else? We have Alexa. We have who else? Who else is in it? Liv Morgan's in it, which is, I don't think they're going to do Liv versus Rhea again. At least I hope they don't. So that's half the field gone, in my opinion, right there.
And Bianca and Naomi.
And then Bianca and Naomi are going to be tied up in the Jade stuff. So, yeah, I guess my guess by process of elimination would be Alexa Bliss. I think Rhea Ripley's confidence being shaken by having to go head-to-head with the Wyatt Six, because that's something she's never had to deal with before, could be super interesting. And then, obviously, Alexa and Rhea in the ring could cook, I mean, if it's done right. So, yeah, I think Alexa's probably the right choice based on what they have.
Good. I'm going to be so honest with y'all.
With
the way they've booked this women's division, to me, this is so predictable. It's going to be Liv Morgan winning the chamber. She's winning the chamber.
Don't say that to me, Mo.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to put it in the air, but let's be honest. She's going to win the chamber. I don't see Alexa Bliss winning this chamber. The thing with Rhea costing Io and helping Liv win, I don't think they're done. I just don't think they're done. I think they're going to put Liv in that world title match at WrestleMania. As much as I don't want to see it.
Listen, you guys know how I feel about Io. I'd be okay with Rhea versus Liv if it's a triple threat with Io or Alexa in there. I can't do Rhea versus Liv one-on-one again at WrestleMania. I mean, you guys tell me as much better as Liv has gotten. I mean, does Rhea versus Liv feel like a WrestleMania match to you guys? I mean, it doesn't to me.
I don't want to see Liv Morgan anywhere near Rhea Ripley at all.
Right. Me neither.
I agree, but
I think WWE's smart enough to do that. I don't see them doing that at all. They should know better.
All right.
I think it's gonna be Alexa and Io.
Yes, Alex, I do believe that because they would have a right to be mad about the booking.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go a little bit different. So I am with you, Jade. I don't think Liv is winning because I think Liv and Raquel are gonna get those tag titles due to whatever Jade type of interference. Because I'm assuming the way they're setting it up, Naomi was the one who attacked her, or Bianca.
That's what I thought going into it. I think it's going to end up being Bianca. I've changed my mind.
Yeah, I think like one of them are going to be the reason. Like someone is turning heel. Yeah. So I think Raquel and Liv are going to get those tag titles based off of that. So that eliminates Liv, right? We get rid of that. Becky's not back pretty much, and she's probably not coming back till after Mania, so we don't have to worry about that, right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go different here. I think Roxanne's gonna win it because I think everybody else in this match has another story that would take them away from the match. I think I already mentioned Liv, Bianca obviously, and Naomi's in it too, so both of them aren't winning it, right? Alexa Bliss, I think, is going to inevitably go against Nikki Cross because even though she's not acting like the fiendish Alexa Bliss, she's gonna pay tribute to Bray Wyatt. Like I'm pretty sure when they talked to her and she came out with that Friends Forever Fiend stuff, the plan was,
So you don't think Alexa's joining the Wyatt Six? Because I think she's joining the Wyatt Six.
No, I mean, I'm not saying she can't, but that's just another tag team to take away from your lack of depth in the mid card. And I guess to them, Alexa Bliss is a main eventer. So I don't think so. I just don't see that happening personally. I don't see that happening. I think it's going to be a Nikki Cross Alexa feud because the whole White Six thing was they forgot about us. Like, so I think Nikki Cross is. I think they're going to run that back. That's just me. I think they're going to run it back. But because Nikki and Alexa have that relationship. So then, if you get rid of her, the only person that's left that is Roxanne Perez. And she doesn't have to win the title. I don't think she should. But that's a great way to introduce her and establish, hey, this is going to be our new star. And again, she doesn't have to win. You can still do the triple threat, right? That's perfectly fine. You can still do the triple threat. And Io will be all right if she take the pin. And Roxanne doesn't have to lose anything. I think it's going to be Roxanne because she's the only one that doesn't have a story to take her away from this. Who else is in this match?
She's in a story with Bayley, though.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot Bayley was in this match. I'm not gonna lie.
Unless they do Rhea versus Roxanne and Bayley at Mania, because they would be tied in the same story, and I mean that could add into the.
Oh,
I mean, they could do Lyra, Roxanne, and Bayley.
You know what? Lyra's in the chamber too. Damn.
No.
Oh.
No. I don't know. Something tells me Dakota.
Oh, you know what? Fuck this. You know what they should do?
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think they gave Lyra that because like Lyra has been like getting hotter and stuff, but I think they've always wanted Dakota to be like the end goal for that title. They just gave it to Lyra.
Yeah. But okay, so here's my thing. When it comes to now that I totally forgot Bayley's in that match, which fine, whatever. You need people, you need bodies. You know what they should do? They should do maybe not Edge like, but they should do an angle where somebody gets taken out. Bring Becky back, please. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to see Bayley in there. I don't want to see any version of the tag teams. So I don't want to see I don't want to see Liv. I don't want to see Bianca. I don't want to see Naomi. So that's 4 of them right there. And then you have Alexa and you have Roxanne. Shit. I don't know.
I think
I'll give my prediction out the way. I think it's Liv.
Liv is probably the one that makes the most sense.
I don't think it's. Usually when it comes to Triple H, you can see where he like closes a chapter fully. I don't think the chapter is closed. I think there's fillers in between, but I feel like he threw the belt back on Rhea this soon because he knew the feud was getting stale. But I feel like Liv and Rhea hasn't.
You don't think he expected Becky to be back by now?
I feel like he did, yeah. But I feel like they probably had like contract negotiations or some shit or whatever.
Do you think it's Liv versus Rhea 1-on-1 or Liv versus Io versus Liv?
It's got to be Io.
I would with the story. I'd like for them to incorporate Io. Io has a legit reason. Like I got cheated out of my spot. I could see a scenario where they build up an Io versus Liv match, and if Io beats Liv, she gets added into that.
Actually, because what I was gonna say, I think Liv is gonna go cost Io that next night. Now I think she's gonna want to interfere if Liv wins, right? Which again, I don't want.
Oh.
Now I just said throw Roxanne in there because it's something new. I don't want to see fucking Liv back there. But if she does win, that match they have, she can interfere. And then it's like Io gets screwed again, and then she earns her way into the title match. And Rhea screws Liv this time to get the triple threat.
I feel like this would have been the perfect year for them to have Rhea in like a multi-person match at Mania defending the title, like in a ladder match or something, because she's done beat a lot of the top talent. And base we're stuck off in the situation. It's just like Liv versus Rhea is so repetitive at this stage. They fought pretty much all last year in 2024, and like we're gonna continue this after the Raw on Netflix. Like, why are we continuing this? And you have Roxanne and Bayley tied up in a story. Bianca and Naomi are tag team champs. Alexa kind of has something going with the Wyatts a little bit. So it kind of feels like this would have been a good opportunity for them to do something like that. Plus, it would be a major obstacle for Rhea to face since they book her very dominant. But I'm gonna still bet on Alexa. I feel like Alexa just really like she's a part of the Wyatt stuff, but unlike everybody else, she doesn't really have like a story direction though. Like Bianca and Jade, and Naomi tied up in the story. Plus, Liv and Raquel are tied up in the tag team title scene as well. They're teasing that, and then Roxanne and Bailey are been having their story with revolving down in NXT and everything. Alexa doesn't really have like a clear, like cut like story direction right now. Besides like the wide stuff a little bit, but they haven't really like confirmed or put that on television as of now. So, but I mean, Liv could still be a possibility too. I mean, I definitely can see that for sure. Not saying they should do that, but I definitely I can see it. Unfortunately,
somebody called Liv Morgan the living tree. That's funny.
What?
The living tree. Like from the learning tree. The living tree.
Oh, the living tree. I was gonna say what?
The Liv Morgan vortex, bro.
But Malik, I'm not gonna lie. We can literally share this screen because I'm looking at it right now. We can literally share the screen of the one that we said what should happen at WrestleMania 41.
Oh yeah, I have the screenshot too. Where's your? Let me see.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, Jordan Grace in this motherfucker. I don't know where you've been, but she.
Yeah. The fact that she went to NXT is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but, I mean,
yeah, that women's division does not.
Because I would have bet the house that she was gonna win the Royal. I mean, not the Royal Rumble. That she was gonna win the Elimination Chamber. I would have bet the house.
50-50. You lose Roxanne, you gain Jordan. I
mean, but they have Julia and.
Julia's not gonna be there for long either. Soon as she loses that title, she gone, bro.
I mean, I hear you, but Jordan Grace ain't gonna be there that long. That's what I'm saying. You got enough people down there. Y'all be alright. And then you got young
Jordan
ones.
Grace there for a year.
But I think you got young ones down there, like Jada Parker. She's not coming up anytime soon. Not saying she's not good, but she need to be down there for a little bit. So Ruka, she need to be down there for a little bit. Kalani, even though she's got better, she will stay down there for a little bit. You said what? Did he freeze? Yeah, did he freeze?
This man froze.
You can share the screen right now. This is the one where we said what should happen.
Like, oh god.
This is what we said what should happen.
Hey, I put CM Punk in there though. You feel me? That's the possibility.
And mind you, for the chat, in case you didn't watch, this was made, I think, even before.
This was made. I can tell you exactly when it was made.
Yeah,
give me a second.
This was before the Kevin Owens CM Punk feud.
Give me a second. Yep, this. So we did this podcast episode. This was September 22nd.
Yeah. So this is before the
Cody
Rhodes.
But I put CM. I'm the only one who said CM Punk, bro, in that situation, bro. I'm the only one who said CM Punk situation. Now Drew McIntyre, he did say Drew McIntyre, so that could happen too. Randy Orton, no, that's out of the equation, bro. He facing Kevin Owens.
You see, Tiffany versus Charlotte, y'all were spot on. I don't know how y'all didn't fucking see that. Some of y'all went here.
LA Knight, Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah, these world title matches, y'all were wrong.
They were all wrong.
See, the difference is with Nia and Tiffany and all that, what I thought was going to happen is we were going to get the first woman's Money in the Bank cash-in. That's what I genuinely thought was going to happen. Because
Mo said Cena versus Logan Paul, though. That could happen.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Cena and Orton,
I think up under this, I'm going to scroll down a little bit, or if I can zoom out.
Thank God. That's
under this.
Yeah,
and then we had everybody had our non-title match.
Everybody had Rock and Roman. That's crazy.
We are like, shit, that should have. It should have. It should have been.
Was this right after Bad Blood? Or is this before?
No, this is before Bad Blood.
Yeah, we all had Rock versus Roman as our non-title.
Keep going. What else do we have?
I think that was because we changed it because we didn't put everything. So like we don't have tag titles on here. We don't. Yeah, so we had the undisputed title. We had the world title, Gunther versus John Cena. Well, for me anyway. The women's, we have I had a 6-man match challenge. I said throw everybody in that bitch.
Yeah, we said ladder match. That's what it was. We were like, this.
Yeah, we said ladder match.
So this is which one? This is what we said.
This is what we said should happen. Like this is like the one where we were like, this is what they should do. I could pull up eventually like what we wanted.
Go to the because there was 3 of them. Go to the next one.
Okay. I think I can just minimize this. Okay. I have to unshare the screen. Give me a second. All right. So this is how we would book WrestleMania. This is how we would book. I'm about to share that.
Is this where you guys collectively?
No, this is like how each individually, like if we had the book, what would we do? Like not what should happen, because some of us had our personal preferences. So we were like, what we should do.
Right.
Cena versus AJ Styles. Nice job, Mo. Did you come up with that by yourself?
I think so. I don't remember. I have to watch the episode.
Wow. Cena versus Melo.
Yeah,
I'm just agreeing with myself.
I did say that. I did say Cena versus Melo because I was like, yeah, I
don't know where the fuck y'all thought. I don't know what y'all saw.
Bro, remember, this was in
Logan Paul and
September,
AJ Styles,
bro.
bro. Come on, man. I said that. Logan Paul versus AJ Styles.
Even in September, that shit. Where the fuck did y'all see Melo and Cena?
Yeah, I don't know what they thought.
Because we thought Melo.
You see Malik, Cena, and Randy. I mean, okay,
Melo,
cool, whatever.
No, because a lot of us were very adamant we did not want to see Cena versus Randy again. A lot of us were very adamant we didn't.
I agree. I don't want that bum ass match.
No thanks.
I don't want that bum ass match.
So I said Rhea versus Becky versus Liv. Right? I don't know why I had Rhea as the champion. I could have swore I said Liv was the champion going in. But I had Rhea versus Becky versus Liv. Again, I still had the women's money.
Oh, look what G Baby put. Gunther versus Finn Balor.
I said that's what I would do. I said that's what I would do.
Not surprised.
Yeah. This is before.
Yo, no, your list is cooked.
Remember, this is before I thought. This is when I thought Finn Balor was going to win the feud.
There's one more. So this one.
There's no way you really believe that, bro.
I really did believe it. I'm not gonna lie.
There's
there's one more.
Delete that column, chat. Tell them hashtag delete that column.
This is what we said. What we believe will happen in Mania.
Hashtag like yeast in the bread.
You can share it.
This is what we believe will happen. I really thought it was gonna be Cody versus Brock.
Hashtag unmarshing the Mellows, bro.
Gunther versus Lesnar. I thought they were gonna do that too. Multi-man match.
Fuck, man. Stop, man. It hurts me.
All right, Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. I genuinely thought we was gonna do that.
We did do that.
No,
just a couple months too early.
I mean,
we all had Tiffany versus Charlotte besides G Baby. Jay put 6-pack challenge.
Well, I said, yeah.
Right.
I just thought Tiffany was gonna cash in. I just thought Tiffany was gonna cash in.
Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. Cody versus Punk versus Seth Rollins.
Honestly, this is a very solid. Aside from Jay, like Gunther and Drew, why would we want to solo that ass again? We don't want to.
I had Gunther versus Cena.
Nate put Roman versus Solo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Where?
I mean, it wasn't far fetched. It wasn't.
At Mania at the time in September, it was far fetched.
I don't think it was.
Well, you got to remember at the time
they could have dragged it out, but
Rock and Roman was still pretty much like this is what we're doing. Like this is still like clearly Rock is gonna come back. Like,
I've never believed him. That's the problem. I never believed the word that bald fuck said, bro. I don't believe him, bro. He got y'all again.
You got niggas in the genjutsu, bro.
He got y'all every year. What will y'all understand? What will y'all understand?
Nah, Hollywood, he was just being a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. He was just being a bitch. I'm sorry. That wasn't him getting us. He was just being a bitch. Because look. Especially if Cody was going to lose at Hollywood, you could have just given us Rock and Roman, and you could have had Cody win the world title. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
You could have easily had us do that.
What you mean? He tried to do it at 40, though. He tried at 40.
The fact that he thought 40 was a good time.
They were smart enough to pivot the way they did, though. So at least they were smart enough to do what they did.
But like
they did, but like
because realistically they still could have ruined everything. If this was the Vince McMahon era, they would have been like, we push it.
Yes, and
we don't give a fuck.
I get we keep saying credit to them because they had a great pivot, but my logic is like at some point I'm gonna stop giving you credit for digging yourself out of the hole you put yourself in.
No, yeah, I mean they should have never put themselves in that predicament.
So like, am I gonna give you brownie points for doing your job? Like, am I gonna? They should have never put themselves in that predicament. Yes. Like me as a teacher, if my kid has a 75 and he decides not to turn in 3 assignments and he starts failing, and then he comes back 2 weeks later like, hey, I turned in those missing assignments, I'm not gonna give him credit for doing something he should have done 2 weeks ago. Like, you should have just left this build alone. You should have showed him a 39. That Roman can't get any higher from there because now you're not just tribal chief. You beat the high chief. You tell a story. Roman could have literally done the exact same thing he did all year.
I truly feel like them announcing
for the world heavyweight title all fucking year.
I truly feel like them announcing 39 ahead of time was them trying to play with this dude's schedule and to try to fit it. But he was like, "Yeah, I don't feel like it."
The only reason I'm gonna push back on that is because we all keep forgetting WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood was supposed to be 38. Everything got pushed back a year because of COVID. So we gave you an extra 365 to get ready for it. I hate it.
No. I'm saying they put 39 to help his schedule. Like, okay, like yeah, it wasn't happening here. We'll put it in your home. We'll put it where you live, Hollywood, and all that shit. Hashtag Lewis, which I appreciate it, guys. It's been how long we done this podcast together, collectively as a group. It's been a long time trying to convince him. You know what I'm saying? But we here though. We are here. Lewis is always right. Facts. I took many L's on this podcast. This is the biggest W of all time. Yes, sir.
Nah, Lewis has been advocating about my
because back when I don't forget.
Because he a liar. He be lying to y'all. Look, he lying to y'all again.
Look, I don't forget, bro. I remember these two right here. These two up here to the right of me. During this whole bill last year, they said, yeah, Rock wasn't that bad. I didn't forget. Me, you, and Dave were the only ones talking shit about it.
Wasn't that bad about what?
Last year
wasn't that bad about what?
I'm not gonna lie, we really gonna.
It was just his promos are repetitive, but from a character arc, he was cooking.
Thank you guys.
His character arc was cooking.
The only thing he cooked on was the brawl.
His presentation and everything, like his promos were very.
Yeah, you can have a great entrance, cool. I was about to violate.
It's not even just the entrance; it's just the reinvention of the presentation. Like the final boss is probably the best version that we've seen of him.
No, it's not.
Probably since Hollywood Rock.
Since Hollywood Rock, sure, but yeah, okay. Here's my problem. You can have the great entrance, you can have the great gimmick, but if when you tell the story is bad, I don't care. I think other than the brawl,
story wasn't bad though.
No, other than the brawl where he made him bleed. I think The Rock said a whole lot of nothing for 23 out of the 25 minutes he was there every week.
He was yapping a lot.
So that's not telling a good story to me if all you're doing is yapping.
Like the storyline purpose was good. Just because he was yapping, I mean the story wasn't good. What they did for WrestleMania, Cody, for Seth, it was good.
Yeah, the story was good. He was not the good part of it.
He wasn't.
Then who was?
The story was way more interesting when Cody and Seth was having their back and forth. Seth talking about, I will literally be your shield. That was way more interesting than anything.
That was
Roman and Cody actually got to talk one-on-one. That was way more interesting than when The Rock was yapping for 25 minutes with a guitar in his hand, singing bullshit.
No, I'm not.
Are you talking about when Roman asked him, has he competed for that?
I'm talking about the 40 build. I'm not talking about 49.
Oh, the 40 build.
Because that was where The Rock was.
I don't remember anything Cody and Roman.
It was. All I want to say was the last SmackDown, but like when they
didn't do much. They didn't do much. 40.
Yeah, and again, the reason they didn't do much, and which is why I preached at the time, The Rock is making like him being there made the actual champion feel like the least important part of that story.
Mm-hmm. He felt a little overshadowed. Yeah, he felt a little overshadowed.
That's not good.
G, chat calling you out, bro. They said you be capped.
The Rock wasn't the best part of that build. There were other things that were a part of it that were a good build, but he was a good part of that build as well too, though. Like
I think other than the brawl wasn't good. I think the brawl was good. I think him making him bleed and the whole beating him against the trailer park outside and all that was good. I gave Rock credit for that. I honestly thought it was amazing. Boy. But that was not enough to overshadow how much of a negative I felt he was during the story. Now, was the story still good? Yes. The story as a whole, yes, it was good. Him, though, other than the brawl, I felt wasn't good. It was annoying. He was wasting time. He would take 30 minutes and only say something of importance for 2 of them. That's not good to me. If you're just wasting time for 23 minutes out of your 25, that's not good. Again, the brawl, great. But other than that, like, get off my screen. Yeah, Mo does have the.
Yeah, you see, I appreciate y'all understanding, Chad. I appreciate y'all understanding, Chad. You know what I'm saying? It took a while. You know what I'm saying? I was deemed a my VA hater. I am, but
had me on the train for a while, but then I started watching Attitude Era shit, and I was laughing too much.
Y'all coming to the light, bro. Y'all coming to the light.
Somebody said his promos on IG were funny though.
They
If
would.
y'all sat there and watched 20 minutes of him saying the same shit over and over just with cuss words, you got it.
Yeah, a lot of people watch those promos, bro, on IG.
20 minutes of that shit, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Every time he dropped one of them, he had the world in his hands. I got.
I watched the edited down versions, the ones where they took out him.
I didn't watch any of them, but every time he dropped it,
bro, he had people eating that shit up, man.
Especially
the one I don't remember exactly what they were. Probably somewhere in Texas, but the one when he had the cowboy hat on. When that
opposite direction.
He said, "Fuck."
He had people eating that one up for sure.
Off is the direction.
The mono run strong.
That's crazy.
This man was cutting 18-minute promos on social media, bro.
And like, yeah, that's cool and everything, but like, and this is gonna be so nasty. This is gonna be a nasty person, and the chat is probably gonna try to light me up. But at this point, I don't care.
Oh,
You wanna know why I kind of don't care about the promos you cut on social media as opposed to what you do on TV and kayfabe? Karrion Kross is doing amazing work on Twitter right now, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Top Dollar. Top Dollar was actually like showing his true character.
Doing
they didn't portray
elite. Like that's shout out Karrion Kross because he followed me back. But I literally made a tweet. We need to start giving Karrion Kross the flowers, and he followed me back. I was like, hey, shout out you. Too bad they don't fucking put this on TV because I'm not gonna lie. If we don't get a Karrion Kross Sami Zayn feud at Mania, what the fuck was this for?
At Mania,
unless Kevin Owens is facing Randy Orton. So.
You think Randy Orton coming back?
He's gonna come back in the chamber, yeah.
Why would he not?
Get front.
I mean,
Sammy and Sammy at WrestleMania. Then I probably
wait. G, do you think? Hold on, wait. So for this Karrion Kross thing, G, do you think Corporate Cena happens after Karrion feuds with Cena?
I think they have a conversation.
Okay.
I think Karrion Kross the week or I think a week or two before Mania. Karrion Kross just happens to see Cena backstage like, look, man, TikTok on your career. You might want to start doing whatever it takes to win that 17.
I know I would. Shit, I'll be breaking.
I'm going to the bank and I'm hammering a Cena heel turn. If there's a line that you could put, Cena heel turn. Yes, no. I'm hammering heel turn. Yes.
They still have this unbearable hope, I guess. I don't know.
It's like the Loch Ness monster, bro. Like, can we let it go?
It's gonna be so crazy.
I'm seeing the vision, bro. I see it.
It's gonna be so crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I see the path. I'm not saying I want it, I see
we don't want it, but Lewis, you know what's gonna be so crazy?
Feel it.
When they see Cena kick Cody with that low blow and shake the Rock hand.
Oh no, that's it.
Oh my gosh, I'm trolling all of you. We are doing the show. Look,
seeing Cena do a low blow.
Usually at WrestleMania, usually that weekend we don't go live until the Sunday. That match happens on a Saturday, and Cena turns heel. My nigga, we are going live right then. Mo, you better get off of work. Malik, I will do this. I will start the show for you. We were coming on live that Saturday night, and I'm laughing at all of y'all. Now, is it gonna happen?
I'm not pulling up.
Saturday?
I'm not lying. I'm not. Yeah. Then you
Duck and smoke, bro.
Then you pussy. You pussy, cause
you pussy. Now I'll pull up.
I mean, we've all had a.
What did Karrion Kross speak today? Let me go see.
What's a take that I've gotten wrong?
I don't think I've gotten smoked for anything.
I don't know. It depends. I mean, there's some clips we haven't taken, so you gotta go back and look at some old stuff. So to play a little.
Even the Bret Hart one, I didn't get that much.
People like Bret Hart.
Hey man,
yeah.
Let's do a little.
I'm sorry. Before you do that, it's not gonna take long. I just want to say, Karrion Kross. He said, "I'd be lying if I said I haven't felt a major shift in the way a lot of fans feel to recently. Just putting it out there that I see you and appreciate you." Karrion Kross, I've been trying to tell people about you. Hey man, give him a.
He's growing on me. He's growing on me. So
hey man,
his character
that was a very
avid. Never been an issue. He's always been good from a character.
Yeah, but it's just you know how niggas be, bro. No.
Bro, on my mom, bro. If they just book him. On my mom, Karrion's matches would be better if they just book him in physical matches. That's all his best matches in NXT. We're just physical matches. That's his best match on the main roster.
You know what I would think would be great for him? I think whoever beats Braun Breaker for this IC title, he should be the next one to beat him. And then don't go bald anymore because I think it doesn't fit your new character. I know I was pushing that before, but it doesn't fit your new character. Stay how you are, but he just needs to have that run that he did in NXT, but in the mid card.
Let's do some since we got WrestleMania coming up. Let's do some WrestleMania trivia. So Mo, I'm gonna give you the first one, Mo.
Oh fuck!
Shit.
Can you name every match on the
He can.
WrestleMania 29 card in order?
Oh,
In
fuck.
order,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
you're,
lost it.
you're cooked, pal.
WrestleMania
talking about
29.
year.
First match to
Get
the
him
last
outta
match.
I only
Oh
remember
my
2
God.
matches.
I haven't watched
This is only for Mo. This is only for
dude.
Mo.
You only remember 2?
The ones that are important. I actually have to go look at it.
This only for Mo. This only for
Okay.
Mo.
God,
It's only for
I know the opener. It's a Big Show, Randy, Sheamus against the Shield. That's the opener.
That's right.
Fuck! Ew! Oh my god!
You don't remember
Was
that?
it-
You don't
was
remember
it-
that? You don't remember?
Mark Henry and Ryback after that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yo, that's
Shit!
yo,
Ew!
shit is ass.
Bro, 29 is
That
so
shit
Oh.
ass. I
No way,
Was
no
that-
way they
was
can
that,
get this from starting the show, bro. The fuck?
Hey,
Okay.
G,
it's
they
one
said
of 2
corn
matches.
roll
Oh, that's
crust.
crazy. That's one of
Yeah,
2
you gotta
matches.
pick one.
Is it the tag match with Ziggler and Big E against Team Hell No?
That was the next match.
Fuck, that actually wasn't
He's
that
cooking.
bad at
Hold
the
on,
time.
hold on.
Match was 6 minutes.
That was Big E's debut, by the way.
How many matches are on that fucking card?
You
You
have
remember that? That was Big E's debut.
5 matches left.
5. Okay, I'm
Big
missing
E's
one.
debut,
I'm missing
bro.
one.
So name the next one
You're
that you think you know
missing
for
2.
sure.
I know for sure that not Ziggler, Jesus. Del Rio and Swagger was on the show for the world title. I don't know if that was next.
Why you say ew? That's your
I don't know
man.
if that was
Hey,
That's
hey,
your
W,
man.
hey, W entrance, but ew.
What do you think?
Oh,
What do you
Yeah,
so
most
only for
people-
Mo.
No. Fandango and Jericho. That's what it was. Fandango and Jericho.
And then going Chris Jericho was the next match.
And
Which-
then it
But
was.
it's because James helped you
Oh
out.
no, I
And
didn't
then-
see that.
and then it was what?
And
It
then
was what?
Swagger Del Rio, and then
That's
it was was Punk and Taker next? Was Punk and Taker next?
Are you sure about that? There's another shitty match on here. I ain't like him. Elite.
I got 3 more left, right?
You got 3 matches left, yeah.
Okay, so I know what the matches are. I know what the main event is too, but I don't remember which one went first.
Everybody,
I
I was like,
would
everybody know
hope
what
you
the
know
main
the main
event
event
is.
is. I would hope you
Unfortunately.
do. I would hope you do. I would hope you know the main
Man,
event.
I haven't watched this show in a year. I'm
It also
sad I
pisses
did
me
anyway.
off because Fandango could beat Chris Jericho, but AJ Styles couldn't. Piss me
Yeah.
off. Piss me off.
Bro, it's because Vince saw this man as a glorified mid-carder, bro. He was not being Jericho there.
But
What do you
Fandango,
think?
Was it
the
Punk and
next match
Taker?
is?
Was it Punk and Taker?
CM Punk and Taker was the next match.
Okay, so then it's Brock
They
and
weren't
Triple
even
H and Cena Rock.
Ew, Brock and Triple H had to follow
Yeah.
that?
And then
Punk
Cena
and
Rock.
Taker
the
weren't
main
even the
event.
semi-main event? Nah.
Triple H
It wasn't even
and
the
Triple H and
semi-main.
Brock
That was the
the
best
main
match
event.
on the show.
Did Brock
bro.
win that
That was
match
the
or did
best
Triple
match
H
on
win?
the
I always forget.
Triple H won.
Yeah, bro, okay.
That was an 8-match
So
card.
the order of that match is the Shield versus Seth, Big Show, and Randy Orton. That was 10 minutes, 33 seconds. Then you had Mark Henry versus Ryback, 8 minutes, 2 seconds. Then you had Team Hell No versus Big E and Dolph Ziggler, 6 minutes, 17 seconds. Then you had Fandango versus Chris Jericho, 9 minutes, 11 seconds. Then you had Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger for the World Heavyweight Championship, 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Then you had Undertaker CM Punk, 22 minutes, 8 seconds. Triple H versus Brock Lesnar and John Cena versus The Rock had the exact amount of time, 23 minutes, 58 seconds.
Gee, you know Swagger won the Chamber to face Del Rio.
And then he got a jobber entrance.
I remember.
Right,
WrestleMania 29
him
is
and Randy Orton was the last.
WrestleMania
two,
29 back in 2013. You felt wasn't a terrible Mania at that time frame, but looking back, yeah, it's pretty. It's
Oh, I
pretty
did.
bad.
Oh, I did. I was going to sleep.
No, because at the time, especially like that 3-match follow of Brock taking,
Yeah.
because Brock, Triple H had a lot of heat because that nigga kept breaking that nigga arm.
Oh yeah.
Punk obviously coming
The
off
bill
the
was
title
really
reign.
good. The bill was good.
Yeah, and then the Punk,
Yeah, the build was
Punk-
solid.
Build was
and then the Punk coming off the
fire.
title reign, going straight to Taker because Paul Bear had just died and that nigga interrupted. Fucking crazy. I low key thought they
Edgiest shit we've seen in a while.
I had low key thought I was like they might give it to Punk here. And then of
Bro,
course,
he poured the ashes
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Taker.
and then of course you have fucking
Fire.
CM Punk not CM Punk, John Cena and The Rock twice.
Who want to go next?
Which-
Who want to go next?
which didn't need to happen, but you know.
I'll go.
All right, WrestleMania 33 for you, Lewis. 33.
Oh, this one I knew.
Are you talking about the
Just
match
the
card?
Same the matches. Same the matches.
Where was that?
Okay.
Orlando.
Are we
No,
doing
this
pre-shows?
is the regular show.
All right, Malik, I got this. This is the one that we love. I believe the first match is AJ Styles and Shane McMahon. The match is fire. If y'all disagree, go fuck
That was
yourself.
the first match.
Oh, was that the roller coaster mania?
Yeah.
That stage is beautiful.
Unfortunately,
So the
Stage is
first
beautiful.
match was
All
AJ
right.
Styles versus Shane McMahon. That is correct.
okay. And then followed by, I believe, no, it wasn't. That wasn't the 4-way for the women, right? No, it was Jericho and KO was
Kevin
next,
Owens,
right?
Chris Jericho for the U.S. title, second match.
Yeah, that was for
Yeah,
the US
remember because
title?
Goldberg beat Kevin Owens for the Universal right before that.
Who won?
Kevin Owens.
What did they do with him after?
He was the face
Jack
of
shit.
America. Face of America.
Who did he feud with AJ after?
Because remember they kept. Yeah, because
That
they
was
were flipping the
that?
title back and forth when they
Oh.
weren't supposed to.
Oh, so that was the Shane McMahon shit. Okay. I'm trying to remember what was on here. Randy versus Bray was a little later. I'm trying to remember the way I'm trying to remember what matches were in the day and what matches were in the night. I know Randy Orton and Bray was at night. I know the SmackDown Women's title was shitty.
My Wi-Fi is terrible.
But Hardy showed up. Hardy showed up in the dark.
It took up Enzo and Cass.
Yeah.
Here we
Enzo and
go.
Cass. Cena and Nikki. Cena and Nikki
don't
was
do
in the
that, bro. Don't do
dark.
that, bro.
No, we gonna.
Is
do
there a
this,
match
man.
on?
I mean, you said it earlier.
Is there a
but
match?
you are, but
That was Enzo. That was Enzo and Cass.
Is it the they had a fatal 4-way for the Raw Women's title? It was like Bailey. Do I have to say
That was the next
participants?
match. It was Bailey versus Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed Nia. All due respect, I wouldn't have guessed Nia.
That was the third match.
I would not have guessed Nia.
You're forgetting an iconic one. I'm not gonna lie.
The next match.
I think then the next match would be Hardy's.
Yeah,
Hardy's
take
return,
an Enzo and Cass moment, but continue.
And then after that, I think I can go home after this. So it was Cena and Nikki against Miz and Maurice, right? And then after that was, I thought this match was underrated for the card. I believe this is ACL build Rollins, where this motherfucker was getting his leg torched every week by Triple H.
Because it should have been Samoa Joe, but he got hurt.
All right, now really,
Samoa Joe was supposed to be his match, but Samoa Joe got hurt.
Damn, I wish I didn't know about that. All right, I'm stuck on 2.
You got 4 matches after that.
Yeah, you got 4 left. Yeah.
What? Oh wait, all right.
Wait, what was the last match you said? Seth and Triple H?
Seth and Triple H.
Hold on, I'm trying to work my way from the bottom. So the main event was Roman and Taker.
Oh, pull one up
that
for me
was-
so I can do one. By the way,
I got you.
All right, bet.
Roman and Taker was the main event. I'm trying to work from the
I'm not
down
gonna screw
up.
you over.
Roman and Taker was the main event, and then it was followed by the SmackDown
six-pack
Women's
challenge,
title.
so what'd you say was after Seth and Triple
then-
H?
No, I'm
Okay,
working from the bottom up. I'm talking to myself. So if the main event was Roman and Taker, and then it was the women's 6-pack for the SmackDown, that means I'm stuck on 2 matches. I'm stuck on Brock and Goldberg and Randy and Bray, and I would like to think in this time frame, Brock is later in the show, so I'm gonna say the next was Randy and Bray, and then it's Brock and Goldberg, then the 6-pack challenge, then Undertaker.
That is correct. So
Good shit.
That was rough.
to
Don't
read
ever
through
ask me
the
that shit
entire
again.
card again, so everybody
Don't ask me
can
that
see.
again.
I'll read the time of the matches as well. First match of the opening show, not the pre-show, was AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, 20 minutes, 35 seconds. Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho was second match, 16 minutes, 20 seconds. Then you had the Fatal 4 match for the Raw Women's title, Bailey versus Charlotte versus Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks, 12 minutes, 45 seconds. The Fatal 4 tag team ladder match with the Hardy Boys return, 11 minutes, 5 seconds. The mixed tag team match, John Cena, Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice, 9 minutes, 40 seconds. You had the unsanctioned match, Seth Rollins versus Triple H, 25 minutes, 30 seconds. Singles match for the WWE Championship: Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, 10 minutes 30 seconds. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg, Universal title, 4 minutes 45 seconds. 6-pack women's challenge for the SmackDown Women's title, 5 minutes 35 seconds. And then the main event, Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker, 23 minutes. That was bad.
That shit was ass. That shit
33
was
at the
ass.
time I thought was a good show, but then watching it again, I was like, no.
G, what's your favorite WrestleMania of all time?
My favorite WrestleMania?
He's gonna say 39. Oh God, he is.
Don't do that. But I do remember 30. I definitely remember 39 vividly because of how pissed off I was.
I
remember watching
Great, legendary.
I remember watching that shit, bro.
You got 39. Night one.
I'm probably not going to be able to give you the order, but I could probably tell you the matches. So night 1, 39. Obviously, so I'm gonna just name the matches. Obviously, we had the tag main event of Kevin Owens and Sammy beating the Usos. No. We had the 4-way tag invitational classic that night on night 1 because that was the only good one. Shit. I'm trying to remember who else was on night 1. No, they were night 2, so it was night 1. Beyond. No. They had both of them on night 2, I think. No. Was Rhea Charlotte night 1? Or were they night 2? Yeah, Rhea Charlotte. Yeah, Rhea Charlotte was night 1. Shit. I know there was a match that there was like one match.
Tristan, I got everything.
There was like one match
mixed
that
tag.
cared about.
I wasn't paying attention.
You're missing a couple of matches, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm missing a couple. I'm trying to remember who was night 1 and who was night 2. Shit.
Just get the main event.
You already got the main event.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to remember because 39 was in 2023, so I'm trying to make sure people were still in a company at this time. This is where Santa lost in front of Make-A-Wish kids, right?
Jesus
yeah, lost to
Christ.
Austin there in front of Make-A-Wish kids, right? That was the opener, wasn't it?
Yep.
Damn, that was ass. So it was the opener, and then it was followed by the tag invitation, I believe, and then shit. The IC was night 2. I'm trying to think of who was in the fucking US title. Oh no, that was Cena. No, there was another title match on that line that year. Oh shit! How many was it? 7 matches?
8.
Fuck. Ugh.
Oh, you gonna count that, Malik?
It's on here, bro. It's a match.
Oh, you're a dick. Oh, I know which one
It's
you're talking about.
It does count.
You're a dweeb. That's fucked up.
Are you talking about the Snoop Dogg shit?
That was night 2.
Oh.
You're a dick.
Oh shit. I don't remember what else happened on night 1. I'm not gonna lie. I can tell you night 2 though.
Bro, you
So
don't.
you missing?
Bro,
You
bro,
missing?
bro, you don't remember Gable stealing the spot?
That doesn't count. Oh my god! I don't give a fuck about that shit.
I'm talking about the rolling German, bro. You didn't.
I get.
That was 38. That was 38.
I think it's something else with 39.
No, 39. No. I'm talking about.
Oh, he already got that match.
motherfuckers,
He
not
hit the match.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was
no!
like,
I already caught that. And then we had Seth's match, right? Versus Logan, right? That was 39, right? Yeah, Seth versus Logan. Yeah, it was good as fuck. It was good as fuck. So that was 7, right? I don't know who the 8th.
You have 3 matches left.
What the fuck? I only said 5. I could have sworn I said like 7, but shit. Can I just go to night 2 because I remember those?
So the rest you're missing: 6-woman tag match: Trish, Lita, and Becky versus Damage Control.
Oh my god, I totally forgot that existed.
Ray, you forgot.
That was a match.
You forgot Ray versus Dom. That was night 1. And then
it happened.
Pat McAfee versus The
One of
Miz.
the greatest entrances ever. Bro.
Pat, yeah, see, Pat,
That's the one I was laughing about.
Pat McAfee versus The Miz. Yeah, all right, bro.
That was a
Night 2. The only good match that happened. Well, the only pleasing match that happened that night, the IC triple threat. We had that dog shit ass women's tag invitational. We had fucking Shane McMahon tearing his fucking quads, and Bobby Lashley coming out for fucking. We had that shit. No, we're not chilling on that shit. That shit was ass. We had that shit. We had Edge versus Demon Finn, where Demon Finn lost to a fucking Concerto. We had Bianca beating Asuka for no fucking reason. Obviously we had Cody losing. Am I missing one? Because I feel like I got all of them.
One more.
One more? Shit. What was the opener that night? Did I already say the opener?
Nope.
Fucking open that show.
Who was the opener? Oh,
yeah. Because
the opening.
Shit. Hold on. Because Rhea and Charlotte was night 1, so that means night 2. Oh, no. I already said. Oh shit. Who was the opener for that shit?
The opening match for night 2 was Brock Lesnar versus Omos.
That's going to be Brock Lesnar's last WrestleMania match. That's crazy.
What the fuck? Yeah, no.
That's the one where we felt Omos should have won and then he lost.
I don't know why. You know what? And I remember this leading up to that because I don't know why the fuck y'all thought that nigga was finna lose. I was just.
We said he should have. He should win. We said he should win. But.
No, I'm saying I don't know why you thought he was going to, or should. There's no way.
Go ahead, Mo. You got one put up?
Yeah. Initially, I was going to give you WrestleMania 27, but no, I'm going to give you your favorite WrestleMania of all time.
Oh my God, WrestleMania 27 is.
I'm not going to do that to you.
That might be a little bit hard to remember because that shit was astronomically terrible. Go ahead, though.
I need you to name me every match from WrestleMania 19 in order. Since you love that WrestleMania.
Oh, so 19? Rey Mysterio and Matt Hardy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
God, I don't remember the second match. That wasn't Taker and A-Train, right? Was that second match Taker, A-Train, Big Show? Or was that third match?
That was the second match.
Ew.
Taker, A-Train, Big Show. Was it Jericho and HBK next?
No, not next.
That was the fourth match?
No.
That might have been the fourth match then. What match was the third match? The women, okay, Jazz had a match on there with Trish, right? Jazz, Trish, and Victoria, but I don't think that was the third match, though. That was third match?
Yeah, that was the third match.
Oh, okay. Then Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho.
Nope.
No? Oh, the men's tag match? Los Guerreros and the World's Greatest Tag Team and Rhino and Benoit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Booker T and Triple H, was that next?
Yep.
Okay, and then it's got to be Hulk Hogan and Vince.
Yep.
The Rock and Stone Cold, and then Lesnar and Lesnar versus Kurt Angle.
There you go. Got it.
WrestleMania.
Hey, does anybody want to? Because I was gonna ask this, but what's it called? We kind of moved on. Does anybody remember the pre-show matches for WrestleMania 33?
I know two. I know two of them.
Austin Aries versus
I remember that
one. No. Oh, I mean, I said it already, but I actually meant 36, not 33. I was looking at 36.
The pandemic
pre-shows?
No. Was it?
I'm out of here.
Hold on.
Which one are you reading?
I'm trying to hold up. I might have been wrong. No.
You don't know your numbers?
No. It was the one. Which one was the? Which one did you ask earlier for Mo or Lewis? Which one was it?
30. Mo was 29.
No, 35. 35 was what I was looking at. 35. That's what I meant.
Oh,
3 shows for 35. Well, you had the battle royals.
Yeah.
Women's battle royal.
Do you remember who won?
And then
Carmella. And then the men's battle royal. That was men's battle royal. Who won that year? Holy shit!
Braun Strowman.
Strowman won that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's probably one more match.
There's two more.
It was Buddy. Oh, I remember both.
It's probably. I think was it like the Hype Bros or something like that or something, or is it Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins?
Kurt Hawkins, yeah.
They ended their losing streak against the Revival.
And then there was one more.
Yep.
It was Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese.
What the fuck?
When Tony Nese
pre-show matches is
because you know what 205 Live was doing? every WrestleMania they got a new champion. Literally, it was like every WrestleMania you got a new one, and then they would hold it for a year until the next WrestleMania. And they thought Tony Nese was gonna be a guy.
All right, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do it for Mo, but this is gonna be different. This is gonna be interesting. I want to see if he can do this because he's like an encyclopedia like me.
Yes, Jalen Durant got his assist.
This has to be in order too.
Okay.
Shout out Jalen Durant. He respects.
We'll go to this 2010. Yeah. All right. I want you to
say, if you're going to WrestleMania 1.
And I want you to tell me every person that won the world title from 2009 to 2010.
Fuck.
The World Heavyweight Championship. So starting in 2009 to 2010.
So 2010, as like finished 2010 or like?
Yeah, finished 2010. Yeah, so the beginning of 2009 to the end of 2010. But it has to be in order. The world champions in order. Like who won them.
Okay. I got you. Just the big gold, right?
Yeah, the World Heavyweight title.
Okay. So to start that year, I believe John Cena walked into 2009 as World Heavyweight Champion.
He walked in 2009 as the World Heavyweight Champion, yes.
And then Edge would have won it at No Way Out.
That is correct.
Then Cena won it back at WrestleMania 25 to lose it back to Edge at Backlash.
That is correct.
Okay, who did Edge lose it to at this point? Oh. Is that when Edge lost to Jeff at Extreme Rules?
Yep.
And then Punk cashes in. Jeff wins it back at Night of Champions. Punk wins it back at SummerSlam.
Yep.
Then Jeff's gone. Taker beat him. Yeah, Undertaker. Hell in a Cell.
Undertaker won at Hell in a Cell, yep.
And then he held it until Elimination Chamber when he lost to Chris Jericho.
Yep. So now we're at 2010.
Okay. So Jericho. He would have lost it to Jack Swagger, unfortunately.
Yep. Swagger cashed in Money in the Bank.
On SmackDown. Yep. Jack Swagger. Rey Mysterio wins it from Jack Swagger.
Yep. Fatal 4
and then Kane cashes in.
Yep.
And then Edge wins it at TLC.
That is correct. That is a crazy time frame. Overall champions.
On my mom, I can name every NXT champion in order. That's
NXT
WWE champion in order.
That's easy. That's easy.
NXT champion, or I'm gonna do a different one because I'm gonna do a different one for you. NXT, but it's not gonna be just that.
Yeah, you know NXT.
Nah, that's too easy. That's too easy.
The tag titles that tricks me a lot.
I'm thinking about those tag titles.
Oh,
actually, no. Let's do this one. We'll do this one. We'll do the women's.
Which one?
Let's do the women's.
The NXT Women's Championship.
We'll do that one.
Oh, okay.
Say, let me know when to start.
Let me see. All right, Lewis. I'm gonna need you to name me every NXT Women's Champion, but you got to do it in order, like dismoded of that time frame, how it all happened.
Okay. So NXT Women's Championship, bam. So the inaugural was Paige. And then Paige, I'm pretty sure, vacated it because she got called up and she was Divas Champion. So then Charlotte won it. Charlotte lost it in a fatal 4-way to Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks lost it to Bayley. Bayley lost it to Asuka. Asuka vacated it. And then from there, Ember Moon won it. And then Ember Moon lost it to Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler lost it to Kairi Sane. Kairi held it for a little bit. Then Shayna Baszler won it back, and then Shayna Baszler dropped it to Rhea Ripley, and then Rhea Ripley dropped it to Charlotte, and then Charlotte dropped it to Io. Io dropped it to Raquel, Stand and Deliver Night 1, I believe. Then Raquel, what the fuck? Raquel dropped it to Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose unified, and then Mandy Rose lost to Roxanne, and then Roxanne. It was a weird time frame because I didn't know if they made her officially relinquish or if she was still the defending champion.
No, she relinquished. She just showed up in the title match.
She showed up, so then it was this would trick a lot of people. Indy ended up winning, Indy relinquished due to being injured and being called up. And then Tiffany Stratton beat Lyra. And then after Tiffany, it was Becky. And then after Becky, it was Lyra. And then after Lyra, it was Roxanne. And then from Roxanne to Julia.
That is correct.
Right? All right. Indy's the one I feel like would trick a lot of people.
Because he didn't have it long.
Because
she
she
held it for a short amount of time.
Yeah,
but she was really hot at the time, though.
She had a title defense, though. A lot of people don't remember that.
Yeah, wasn't it against Tiffany? Wasn't it against Tiffany?
It was Tiffany and somebody else in a triple threat.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Sounds about right.
But name every Triple H World Title match during the Reign of Terror.
I mean, I could try. I could try.
What did you say?
Ooh.
They said name every Triple H World Title match during the Reign of Terror.
Oh shit! Every world title match?
Okay, maybe not the Raw ones. The Raw ones, but
they said every match, bro.
Oh no, every match. Hold on. Let me do one.
Yeah,
y'all gonna do every PLE match or
every PLE match is tough. I mean, every PLE match might be easier, but every match is tough.
Yeah, when you do the Raw ones too.
But he also had some iconic world title defenses on Raw.
Yeah, somebody could do a different one for me.
That's fucking good. Who said that? Who recommended that in the chat?
I know Triple H was handed the title, and then I believe his first defense might have been against RVD at Unforgiven. I don't know if that was his first one though. I know all the PLE match. It was RVD. He had the stuff with Kane, Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
That's 2002. Then we got at 03. Scott Steiner.
Twice.
2 of them. Booker T.
Can you name every single person Cena defeated to regain the WWE Championship or to win the WWE Championship?
Oh, that's cake. Yeah, that's cake. That's easy.
Yeah, that's low key.
I can name all his
Wait. The what for Cena? The people he beat during the ring?
All his title reigns. All his title reigns. I can name every single one. Even the
all the people he beat to win the WWE title.
So somebody look it up.
I think I'll look, but I'm pretty sure I know most of them.
I can tell you every single one. Yeah.
So hold up.
Yeah,
all the people.
But his tag title reigns are so fake.
Bro, I remember.
It was always what somebody's feuding with. It was always somebody.
Shawn Michaels, David Otunga, The Miz. Crazy work.
The David Otunga one is like so crazy.
Look up Cena. Look up the world titles. The world titles for Cena.
Yeah.
Yo, the way Miz costed them tag titles was so sick. He said, "I don't want to be in a team with you when Skull Crush finale."
No,
did he do it on the stage too?
Because I remember he was like, because they fought the Nexus. Miz got the pin, they won, and then they invoked the rematch clause right away, and then Miz Skull crushed him. So he was like, I just wanted to be known. I'm the one who won the titles, but you're the one who lost.
Let me get to these super chats. Let me see.
No,
I mean, Miz did win the tag titles.
Real quick, Cena versus Paul Mania. Cena announcing weekly. Cena not to win the title. Okay.
He held it with Michaels for 3 months, bro.
I actually think Rock's timing isn't bad at all. It's all good.
Did they even defend them titles? Okay. They defended once, right?
Not at all. Crazy.
You pull it up, G? I'm just going through these super chats.
Yeah, I have it. Yeah, I am. Y'all getting Cena, Paul, Yeet Water, getting Solo,
No, that next one, every Elimination Chamber winner. Let me do that one after.
What is this?
Let me do that one after.
Which one?
Did y'all see that Thunder Rosa?
Every Elimination Chamber winner.
I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't see it.
Thunder Rosa is just another body to me. I'm just glad everything's right in the world. Timeless Tony Storm. Here we go. What would you like to see happen on?
I would prefer Sheamus versus Braun Breaker, but unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. Or Sheamus.
Even though we keep talking about Big Jim, I would love it if Carmelo could just like win something.
I don't want Cena to win the title, man.
Bro, he can. Yeah, as soon as Jacob touches it, he ain't doing nothing, bro.
I can name.
So most of these are pretty much new, but yeah, I got it for you, so you can go.
Wait, is there actually an article that shows?
Yes. Now I will say. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna say on this list and on another one, it just says numerous superstars. One of them's the Money in the Bank. That doesn't technically count as a world title.
I'm talking about the world title one. It's his world title.
Yeah, but the world title. Another one says numerous superstars. I honestly, looking at this, a lot of these are like pretty obvious. A lot of these are
Yeah,
offers.
yeah.
Wait, which one? Wait, which? Oh yeah, no, No More Superstars is probably the
Exactly.
Elimination Chamber one.
Exactly.
All right, so
Okay.
all of John Cena's
Batista
all of
pulled
John
his ass 2
Cena's
minutes later.
all of John Cena's world title wins in order. Obviously, he beat JBL to win the first one.
Mhm.
Held that for a minute, lost it to Edge via cash in, won it back at the Royal Rumble
Cooking.
Yep.
3 weeks later.
Which is
Then he
crazy.
lost it to
by the
RVD.
way.
Yeah. Then he lost it to RVD at the cash in because RVD cashed in at One Night Stand.
Uh-huh.
And then he won it back beating Edge in the TLC match. Unforgiven.
Okay.
And then he vacated it because he got injured. Because he held it for a minute.
Rough.
Came back, won the title again because he didn't hold the title in 08 at all. So his next championship win, that would be Chris Jericho, World Heavyweight Championship 2008 Survivor Series. Lost it to Edge in the Elimination Chamber. Won the World Heavyweight title back at WrestleMania. Lost it to Edge at Backlash. And then him and Randy Orton. Good Lord. Let's see. He beat Randy Orton for the world title at Hell in a Cell.
No. Well, he won, but he didn't beat him at. It wasn't Hell
Well,
in
he
a
won the
Cell.
title. He won the title.
Yeah.
That's what I say. He beat Randy Orton. He beat Randy Orton for the
Yeah,
WWE title. Right.
Yeah, but you said at Hell in a Cell. But like I said, he beat him, but it wasn't at Hell in a Cell. But continue.
Well, it's because they had the match at SummerSlam. Cena lost that match at SummerSlam because that's when they had. That's when Ted DiBiase's brother came involved and got everything.
Well, okay,
That's
so
when
Oh no,
Orton
okay, no.
fucking
He beat Randy Orton at bragging rights in the I Quit match for the WWE title.
So I mean, you're not wrong, but you're just timing. Your timeline's a little off.
No,
So,
that's how it went. I know how it went now. He took the title from Orton at bragging rights in the I Quit match, and then
Well,
Orton's the one who won it back in the
yeah.
Hell in a Cell. Breaking point.
Breaking point.
Yeah.
And then he lost it 21 days later. Then he beat him.
He lost it in the Hell in a Cell, and then he won it back at bragging rights in the Iron Man match
There you go.
Mhm.
because they were flip flopping it. So the name of the PLEs, I got the name of the PLEs wrong. So SummerSlam, they had their match. Orton won, and then bragging rights or breaking point, he won it in the I Quit match, and then he lost it in the Hell in a Cell, and then he won it back in the Iron Man match. That takes you all the way up until he lost it to Sheamus.
Yeah, through a
And then-
table. I will never forget that.
And then 2010, he won it back in the Elimination Chamber, but then lost it immediately to Batista.
Mhm,
And then he won it back at WrestleMania.
mhm,
And then he lost it to Sheamus again.
mhm.
And then he didn't win the title back until Extreme Rules 2011. That was the steel cage match with John Morrison and The Miz.
Extreme Rules, but yeah.
Extreme Rules, yeah. It was a steel cage match. Extreme Rules. That's what.
Oh, this is the. I'm sorry. This is the pay-per-view location. My bad.
Yeah, it was a triple threat. It was a triple threat cage match.
You're right.
And then he lost it. I think he lost it to Punk after that. CM Punk
He did.
at Money in the Bank.
He
And
did.
then he won the title again, beating Rey Mysterio
Mhm,
because Punk was gone. Then he lost it
mhm.
to Punk at SummerSlam, and then he won it back at Night of Champions, beating Del Rio for the title.
Mhm.
After Del Rio cashed in and took it from Punk, and then he lost it in the Hell in a Cell to Del Rio.
Mhm. That's when the Miz and
And
R-Truth came out, right?
Yeah,
Because John
and then,
Cena
he,
was locked out of the cage.
and then he didn't have the title for a minute because he didn't win it in 2012.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
his redemption thing. 2013 comes around. I think The Rock at WrestleMania
Yep.
is when he won his next title.
Yup.
Then he lost it to Daniel Bryan.
Mhm.
Came back and won the World Heavyweight title, defeating Del Rio at Hell in a Cell.
Mhm.
And then he lost that to Orton in the
Mhm.
TLC match. Then he won a match at Money in the Bank pay-per-view, winning the title of the unification match in 2014. And then he got destroyed by Lesnar, lost that. And then after that, just want to make sure that's when he beat AJ. I think that's the next one.
Yup.
Beat AJ Styles in 2017. Yeah.
It's number 16.
Held it for 14 days because we thought they were going to make Bray Wyatt a
2
star.
weeks. Crazy, man. Crazy. Last one. Mo, you said you wanted to do what? Which one?
Someone said every Elimination Chamber winner.
All right.
We'll try to go in order.
You know,
You
try
gotta go
going
in order.
order.
Let's do it. Let me know when you're ready.
Every elimination chamber winner.
Yeah, I got you. You gotta count men's. You gotta count women's too. So let's do the men's first. Do the men's first.
I'm about to say counting women is kind of devious, but
Yeah,
I
they're
could do
part
it.
of it. Yeah.
I can love you do that. I ain't gonna
All right, so go ahead. I need you to name every single person who's won the Elimination Chamber, the men and the women in order. So we'll start with the men.
So we are going in order. Cool.
Okay, let's go. Not Triple H. Shawn Michaels, Survivor Series 02.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Triple H at SummerSlam 03.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then they didn't have a chamber match in 04.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Then 05, that would have been Triple H winning the world title.
Yep. After he vacated
Next
it.
one, 06. Right, that was such a stat pad to get to number 10. Let's see. Was 06 the next one? Yeah, so Cena would have won that one before he got cashed in on.
Yep.
Was that the last one for a little bit until they brought back No Way Out?
Nah, you missing one more.
Oh, the fucking extreme one, Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
So then they stopped doing it for a little bit, and then 08 they brought it back, No Way Out. I'm trying to remember, did Taker win first or Triple H win first? I'm gonna say Triple H.
Triple H was the main event.
Okay, so Taker then Triple H.
Yep.
Okay, so
Damn, this nigga did won so many fucking chamber matches, bro.
I think he's won the most. If I'm not
The most, yeah, he's won 4.
Yeah.
So 09. Okay, I was there for this. So it went Triple H and then Edge came back later on in the night. So now we're in 2010 when they called it Elimination Chamber. Cena, Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Not in that order, but
Oh, it says it in that order for me.
no, yeah, because Jericho was the
Yeah,
main
because
event.
Jericho was the main event. Yeah. 2011, so that would have been Edge and Cena.
Yep.
12 would have been okay. Who went last? I'm gonna say Bryan and then Punk.
Other way around.
Okay, Punk then Bryan. Okay,
Yep.
got it. So 2013.
Should have been Santino, but we here.
Stop it. 2013. Probably Santino, but no.
Shout out Santino.
2013. Oh fuck! Was this? There was one chamber that night, right? It was just Jack Swagger, right?
Yep.
It was just.
Well, real quick sign up before you go.
Go
Do y'all want to know, chat, who he beat in this fucking chamber? Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Mark Henry Kane, and fucking Daniel Bryan. And Jack Swagger's the one that came out. Crazy
Nasty
work.
Nasty.
Bro, because they were pushing the we the people
Hey,
shit.
and that shit was hard, but
The weed, the people shit.
Go ahead. What's so now you're in 2014?
Randy Orton.
I don't smoke.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're in the bad year of 2015. Which one went first? I think the IC one went first.
nope.
So
You know, damn
no,
well
it was
which
the other
one
way.
first.
Okay, so New Day and then Ryback.
Yep.
So so they stopped doing it in 16. They brought it back in 17. Bray Wyatt wins that one.
Yep.
18, Alexa Bliss and then Roman Reigns.
Of course. Back when Alexa Bliss was
19. Oh, 19 was the Boston Hug Connection and then Daniel Bryan.
that terrible ass fucking name, but yeah.
2020. 2020 was who won the tag one? Was that Miz and Morrison?
Yup.
And then Shayna Baszler dominated.
Which was fucking great, and they ruined it. Continue.
Generational fumble. Let's see. 2021. Okay, Daniel Bryan and then Drew McIntyre won the main event.
Yup.
The main event, quote unquote. 22 would have been Bianca and Brock.
Oh God, Brock Lesnar. Anyways, because they replaced Bobby Lashley for no fucking reason.
Yeah. 23. Asuka and Austin Theory.
Ha! Yup.
Austin Theory really won a chamber because Logan Paul fucking curbs.
24. What did they do in 24?
Great match, though. Overall, great match.
Tiffany and then Drew.
Nope, Becky and Drew.
Oh, Becky! Jesus Christ! I remember Tiffany's performance. My bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tiffany had to start making
Who
performance.
the fuck
Yeah, it was
is
Becky and
Where
Drew.
is
Becky
Bob
and
at?
Drew, man. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for coming through. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're gonna go ahead off here. We stayed a little long today for y'all to play some little trivia, but we'll be back next week after Elimination Chamber. We'll see what happens. We'll see the recap. We'll have more of a clear cut direction of where things are gonna lead to, man. So
Nigga, if you don't call out,
Man, I gotta pay these bills, man. I got diapers to buy.
nigga, you rich, you got it. I know what studio you
Rich
live in.
is crazy.
What studio you in? What lot? Yeah, all right.
Man,
Work.
Hollywood Studios.
Bro, Mo just bought me a condo, bro. As soon
Bro,
as
hey, look. I'm happy for Mo. I want everybody to be rich. I just can't stand when people act like they don't got it like that. And Mo
I'm
is
not rich.
got it like that.
I'm not rich, bro.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right.
You already know how we ended off, man.
Okay.
I don't know too many
Can I
broke
do it?
people that what's it called got their own studio lots.
I'm not broke, but I'm not rich.
Yeah, all right.
This is for you, Nate. This is for you. Yeah.
Price of all time.
Yes, sir.